Hello there, everybody, and welcome in this course. Now, the first chapter of the course, I'm going to introduce you to the tools that we're going to be using for the most part in this course. So, first of all, if you've never heard of ChatGPT, this is the opportunity for you to learn about this tool. It's just magnificent what it can do. So, I'm going to go to ChatGPT. So, search on Google for ChatGPT, and the first website that pops out is OpenAI. All right, so access that website, and then you can try ChatGPT. Now, here, I'm only going to be showing you the free version of ChatGPT. So I'm not logged in to my Plus account, which is actually GPT-4. So I'm allowed to use GPT-4, which is not the fastest model, but it is better when it comes to the content creation, also the quality of the answer compared to GPT 3.5. But I would like for this course to be something that everybody can use even if they don't have GPT Plus. So now over here, this is the ChatGPT interface, and right here you can send specific messages. So you can send whatever type of message you want. Let's say, for example, you want to write an ebook. You can write an ebook. If you want to write a blog post, you can write a blog post. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead right now and write a blog post about the top 10 biggest sharks in history, for example. So let's just say, write an SEO optimized blog post about the top 10 biggest sharks in history, right? So it's going to go ahead right now and it's going to start writing a blog post for me. And you can notice that it has the title, it has everything, even the headings, everything, and it's SEO optimized. So that's the beautiful part about this. Now, you can actually click stop generating while ChatGPT is generating an answer for you. But if you're not convinced with the answer, for example, if you want another answer, you can click on regenerate. And what will happen is ChatGPT will reprocess the prompt and it will basically rewrite the blog posts again in a different way to kind of, let's just say, fit in, or I would say in a better way. So one other thing here is that you have to understand about ChatGPT is that you can edit the prompt, the initial prompt that you have created, you can edit it. So for example, I said, write an SEO optimized blog post about the top 10 biggest sharks in history. I can actually edit that by simply clicking on the edit button, and I can make it, let's just say top 5 instead of top 10, right? So that way you can edit a prompt and you don't have to write the prompt again. You can just rebuttal on it. Now, another interesting thing is that you can add more to that prompt. So for example, here, I've said, just write an SEO optimized blog post about the top 5 biggest sharks in history. But what if I wanted an FAQ? Let's just say, for example, that I want an FAQ to be integrated inside of the blog. I could just click edit right here, edit the prompt, and I could say add a 5 questions and answers FAQ. So what this will do, it will go ahead and it will write the blog post plus the FAQ. Now, this is just one of the things that this amazing tool, ChatGPT, can do. Now, if you go to Amazon, for example, as a matter of fact, I have just published a book. It's actually really doing well right now on Amazon. I have to say, I've already made more than the amount of money I spent on the book. And it's not getting a lot of reviews, but for 2 weeks, actually, prior or after its release, it was, let's just say, the #1 new release, and it's basically doing 2 to 3 sales a day consistently and without ads. So I'm going to launch ads on this, but what I wanted to say is that this book right here that you're looking at was in major part written using ChatGPT. Now, you can actually write books using ChatGPT. The interesting part is that you can, not only that, you can earn money from these books. Now here I can show you a legend, should I say, the ChatGPT millionaire. Now, this book here has started the legend when it comes to generating books using AI. And this guy has already got 1,649 reviews, which tells me that he's already made approximately more than $100,000 or something like that. If you assume that he's making $1 per book, only 3% of people ever leave reviews. And I can testify to that. Inside of his book, he said, he didn't say what, he specified that he wrote the book using ChatGPT. And let me show you where exactly he says that. So over here, now this is the inside of the book. Now, let me just scroll up. Right, it's, I think, here. All right. tools I use to write this book aside from ChatGPT. So he actually says that he wrote the book using ChatGPT, and that earned him quite a bit of money. Okay? Now his book dropped a lot in reviews because I've read the book. You can't really expect the book to be that great when it's written with AI, but nonetheless, what I'm saying here is that ChatGPT can help you write a book fast. Now my book, 80% was written by me, 20% was written by ChatGPT. But it's up to you because actually there is an ethical way to content creation. So for instance here, we are generating content using ChatGPT. There are certain content detectors out there that I want to point them out to you. AI content detectors. So when you're writing content using ChatGPT, you want to make sure to detect if that content comes across as AI generated. So we have a lot of websites here. Let me just open one of them, which is writer.com AI content detector. As a matter of fact, all links that we're using in this lecture are going to be attached in the resources section of this course, of this lecture right here that you're watching. So you don't have to worry. Just go to the resources section and you can access these links. So over here, assuming that I want to know how much is the percentage of AI in this particular part of the blog, I'm just going to pick not the entire blog because for some AI content detectors, they don't allow you a lot of characters. They have a character limit. So if I paste this right here, this one right here has 1,500 characters limit. And so if I click analyze the text, right, let me just wait a second. It's not working. Okay, so I can just refresh the page. Right, so if we refresh the page right now, if we paste the text, right, hopefully it works. All right, it's not. So let me go back, open the link again. There's something wrong. This stuff happens from time to time, so let me just paste this. Okay, so analyze. All right, so it's actually not working because of the character limit. So what I'm going to do over here, I'm just going to trim down the character limit. So let's just, all right, so now it's 1,214 characters on 1,500. So I can click Analyze Text right now, and it says 100% human generated. So this AI detector was bypassed. It didn't point out whether the content was human generated or AI generated. Now there's another tool called Copy Leaks here. I'm going to be pasting all the tools that we're using right here. So I'm going to log in, or actually you don't need to log in. You can just paste the content here that you want to check. And if you click check, some AI content detectors are, let's just say, different than others. So let me refresh the page again. Now, this one, on the other hand, will not only tell you how much is the percentage of plagiarism, but it will also tell you what parts of the text are plagiarized. It will tell you, it will pinpoint them to you. So it's verifying that I'm actually human using Cloudflare right here. All right, so over here, it's saying that this is 90%, 97 or 50, 79% probability for AI. And you can see the content that is generated or that is picked or detected as AI generated. Now you can solve that by basically, let's just say, swapping the content and editing it yourself manually, or you could use Grammarly. Now there's also another tool here called CrossBlack, which actually you can log into a free account, and you can, let's just say, test for AI content percentage. Now over here, I'm just going to click try out for free. All you have to do is to paste the content. And once you've actually gone ahead and pasted the content, you can scroll down and click on check. Now, let's just hang on tight, as they say, to analyze. So it's here, again, 100% AI detected. Like I said, the way around this is to basically edit the content yourself by simply just swapping it using Grammarly. And I actually cover that in more detailed courses. But since this course is only about creating a, let's just say, faceless YouTube channel for motivation, kind of like this one right here. So this is a video that I was watching of Bob Proctor. There are a lot of channels, and one of them is actually Motivation Hub, which is pretty famous. And what they do basically is they create these videos, faceless videos of famous people speaking. And I'm going to show you how you can use AI to accomplish this feature. Right now, we're just learning about ChatGPT because for the most part, we're going to be using ChatGPT to generate the script for these particular videos that we're going to create, or at least do something with it. So right here, I'm going to also introduce you to extensions that are pretty useful. The first one I would like to introduce you to is APRM. So APRM for ChatGPT is an extension that enables you to add more functionality to ChatGPT for free. There are two versions of it. There's APRM Premium, and then there is APRM, the simple one, the simple version. I'm going to be concentrating on APRM ChatGPT, the free version. You can find a link to it in the resources as well. So just so you know. Now over here, this is the extension. All you have to do is to go to Google. Now over here, it's already in Google. I think I'm going to have to just activate it. Manage extensions. All right, so it's here, but it's not active. So I'm going to activate it. And then also, I want you to go ahead and install this particular extension called ChatGPT for Gmail and another extension called ChatGPT for YouTube, which allows you to transcribe YouTube videos. For example, we can pick this video right here of Jim Carrey. And as a matter of fact, you can transcribe what is being said in that video. Even if it's a 6-hour video, you can transcribe exactly what is said in that video in a very short amount of time. So right here, I have to open the video itself to be able to use this functionality. So this is the video. Now, once you open the video, all you have to do is to look a little bit down right here. So they're playing some ads, always bothering us with ads. But anyways, what do you do? Here, let me just wait a second. So this is the video. It's actually playing, taking quite some time to load. Because when you're recording, it's actually, YouTube is pretty slow when you're recording using a recording device. All right, so right now, you can see over here that there is the transcript and summary. So for instance, if I scroll, and if I were to click right here, what this will do is it will give me the transcript of what was said entirely during that video. It will say everything to me, everything from scratch. And you can copy that with a single click of a button. Let me show you right now. So it's actually loading the transcript. Normally it takes quite some short amount of time for it to transcribe a video. Right now I see it's taking its time. But you can see over here that the transcript is loaded and I can click on copy transcript. So I can copy the transcript. You can go and you can find a, let's just say, document that you can open. I've already copied the transcript here for I think a 3-hour podcast. So a 3-hour podcast in a flash of seconds can be transcribed using ChatGPT. And about the other extension that I introduced you to, which is ChatGPT for Gmail, it can actually allow you to create Gmails. So when you are writing Gmails, what will happen is it will give you suggestions of a possible text that you can say in your Gmail, which is really incredible. And considering that these tools are free, that's all the more powerful. So over here, I'm going to go create a new file and then paste in the transcript. See here, this is the transcript of what Jim Carrey was saying in that particular transcript. I'm just going to leave it right there for now, and I'll show you later an application of that particular transcript. So now that I've activated again the APRM extension, I should go to ChatGPT and refresh the page. All right, so right now after refreshing the page, you can see over here that this is what the APRM extension looks like. So last time I checked, there was only about 3,600 prompts. Now, what do they mean by this? There's 4,056 prompts right now at this moment we're talking that are available for everybody and anybody to use for free. Now, for example, let's say that you wanted to write an SEO optimized article, including an FAQ. You don't have to always go to ChatGPT and write me a fully SEO optimized blog post and article, when you can just simply click on this prompt that works both on GPT-4 and GPT 3.5, which actually over here, you can see how many people have viewed the prompt, as well as how many people have used it or how many times it has been used. So this prompt was used 1.5 million times. And so that's pretty cool. So over here, you can just type in the keyword or title that you want to write the blog post about. Let's say, for example, you wanted to write a blog post regarding Jasper AI, which is an AI tool. Now you can just type in Jasper AI, and right now it's writing a blog post entirely about Jasper AI. Jasper AI unveiling the future of artificial intelligence. Now, I know that this is not a passive income course or a course that teaches you how to make money online, but since we're talking about this, you can actually start freelancing as a copywriter like this, and you can find that if you go to Fiverr, just search for, right, let me just close this down, right. Just search for a blog right here on Fiverr, and you'll notice that there is demand for bloggers, all right? So if you're a blogger, Notice this guy right here is really doing very, very well in sales. I've been checking him. At this point, he's got 35 orders in queue. And he's selling this for a minimum of $170, which means that right now that we are talking, this guy has got $4,000 in queue when it comes to orders or more. Actually, a lot more. I'm horrible at math. And ChatGPT can help you write these particular blog posts, right? And you can see that it's just with the flick of a button. Now, there are other things you can do with these prompts, such as, for example, writing other things like an ebook, for example. If you want to write an ebook, you can go over here and search for a prompt that is specific to write an ebook. So if I search for an ebook, let's just scroll down, ebook, want to click creator. And right here, now, this is not what I want to be, right? I'm going to click. Okay, so I've actually clicked the prompt. Right now, the prompt was activated. And what you can do, you can write the title of your ebook. Let's just say, for example, you want to write an ebook about keto diet. Let's just say that's the title of your ebook. You can paste it in here. There you go. Right now, it's going to start writing an ebook for you. Title, Mastering the Keto Lifestyle. It is writing the table of contents, the introduction, everything for you from scratch. And you can see over there how incredible that is. Now I'm going to stop generating the book. Now it's even giving you book cover ideas. And we won't actually stop here because this is not a detailed course about ChatGPT. If you want more courses, I advise you to just go and look for more courses, or you can check my profile as well. I have some really decent courses about ChatGPT. Now over here, if we look for YouTube video script, now it can write a YouTube video script like a pro. For instance, you can write a video topic that you want to write a script for. Let's just say, for example, motivation. You want to create a video regarding the topic of motivation. If you search for motivation, you'll find out there's a lot of creativity for this tool. So right now it's writing the video title, unlock your inner drive, video description, also here the script, what is said during the video, exactly everything. Now about the other tool, ChatGPT for Gmail, you can go and test it out. So all you have to do is to write your subject line on the email and then start typing what you want. And then afterwards, a pop-up like this is going to show, right? Showing this little icon that you can click on, and it will give you suggestions. I believe that this introduction was enough of an introduction for anybody desiring to use ChatGPT for the first time. And since we're going to be using it for this course, this introduction will be most helpful to you. So we'll close with this lecture right now, and I'll see you in the next lecture, which is going to be about Google Bard, which is another tool that we can possibly use in this particular course, which is a competitor of ChatGPT, and we'll explain more about it in the next lecture. Stay tuned. Hello there, everybody. Welcome again in this lecture. Now, in this lecture, we'll be exploring Voiceover AI. Now, the reason why it's important that we explore Voiceover AI is because it can generate voiceover from text. So I have a perfect tool for this called 11 Labs. So let's cut to the chase. By the way, always, you'll find a link to it in the resources section of this lecture. Now, the reason why I picked 11 Labs, well, first of all, because it's super scary how it can clone any voice. So for instance, if you've watched the trailer of my course, the 59 ChatGPT hacks, you will notice that I made Trump say certain things, Biden say certain things, deep faking what they said. And what helped me in major part to accomplish that is 11 Labs, my partner in crime. So 11 Labs actually is going to help you clone your own voice if you want to clone your own voice. Or as a matter of fact, you can clone a celebrity's voice. So for example here, I managed to clone Trump's voice. Let me go ahead and have you listen to it. So, 1, 2, 3.
Success, money, and a new life online. That's what's waiting for you. Just one click away. Don't miss it.
All right, want to be impressed more? I'm going to show you other voices that I've cloned, apart from my own voice, but let's just listen to Joe Biden. Okay.
Success, money, and a new life online. That's what's waiting for you. Just one click away. Don't miss it.
Notice that that's Joe Biden. Let's have a clone of Elon Musk's voice. Generate.
Success, money, and a new life online. That's what's waiting for you. Just one click away. Don't miss it.
Okay, so let's see other voices as well, such as The Rock.
Success, money, and a new life online. That's what's waiting for you. Just one click away. Don't miss it.
You can see over there, it's extremely great. And another thing I would like to say about this tool is that if you try to clone your own voice, it's not really going to come out 100% like the other voices. And the reason being is this is an AI, which basically what it does, it looks for voices that are similar to your own voice on the internet, mainly on platforms, video platforms like YouTube, for example. And I hope somebody corrects me on this. And the more data there is about the person, the more videos, the more sound there is about the person on the internet, the more, let's just say, accurate the voiceover is going to be. So when you upload a voiceover of your own self talking, it's not going to be as accurate because there's not a lot of data about your voice online, unless you are a celebrity. So for instance, I can show you what the clone of my own voice looks like. So this is my voice. Let's have a look at this, shall we? 1.
Success, money, and a new life online. That's what's waiting for you. Just one click away. Don't miss it.
That's pretty cool, except for it really does sound robotic. It sounds like me, but in a robotic evil version of me. So that's what it sounds like. Now you might be asking the question, why are you introducing us to these voiceover tools? Why should we even be interested in them? Actually, you should be interested in them because for the most part, when you're creating faceless YouTube videos, you need voiceover. Now, there is a technology that I'm going to introduce you to in the next lecture, which allows you to extract sound from a video. Now, we can extract, for example, sound from this Jim Carrey video right here of 11 minutes. And if you ask the question, is it ethical? Can we extract the sound? Actually, it so happens that you can if you use it and you add something to it. So under fair use, it's actually more than ethical for you to do it. There's going to be no problem if you add more to it. So, and that's for the most part what we're going to be using. We're going to be using that sound to create videos like this one right here, right? So this one that you're looking at of Jim Carrey. And so this particular tool will extract the sound, but there is also the alternative of creating your own voiceovers. So you can clone the voice of a famous celebrity, for example, even though I want you to go and do a research when it comes to cloning the voices of celebrities. Are you allowed to put it on YouTube videos and monetize? I'm not so sure. Now, I've done it for my ChatGPT course, but that is just for the trailer. It's not for the course. It's just to show the power of AI. So it's not like I was, let's just say, pretending to be someone. I was just showing people the capacity of these tools, and that falls under fair use. And so right here, let me go ahead and show you how you can clone your voice. For example, if you wanted to clone your voice, you have to go to the Voice Lab. Well, actually, before introducing you to the Voice Lab, there is the Voice Library, in which you can find some voices. that you can use. So these are some voices that you can use. They're pretty useful. For example, here, this one is pretty useful for YouTube and TikTok and ultra realistic or TikTok videos. You can use this particular voice, or you can use other voices. Now, I prefer to clone my voice, so I'm going to go to Voice Lab. And over here, you can clone 10 voices at a time, just 10 voices. Now, if you're done with a specific voice, you can actually remove it, right? You can remove a specific voice if you're done with it. And I can click Add Generative Voice, Instant Voice Cloning, and then upload the sound of yourself talking. So if you have a video of yourself when you're talking in it, so let me go and look for it. Right, clone any. Okay, so voiceover or voice for cloning. There it is. There's my voice. And you can name this, for example, voice over 1, for example, if you want. The name depends on you. And click here, I hereby confirm that I have the necessary rights, consents to upload and clone these voices samples and will not use the platform generated content for any illegal, fraudulent, or harmful purpose. So as long as you're using it for fun, it's okay. Nobody's going to say anything. But when you're going to start to fake this or use it to create harmful and malicious deepfakes, that's when you're going to start having some issues. So here I'm going to click on Add Voice. And right now what it did in 1 minute, not 1 minute, 1 second, it cloned my voice. So now there is a clone of my voice ready to be used. I can just click on Use, and right now I can make myself say anything. So I could say, I am Rowan Hamza, and I am an online digital marketer with 5 years of experience in digital marketing. For example, let's just say that that's what you want to say. And you can click on generate and you can make yourself say that. So
I am Ruane Hamza, and I'm an online digital marketer with 5 years of experience in digital marketing.
And you can download this particular voice and you can use it later on. And we'll talk more about this. Now, to clone a famous person, you can do the same thing. You can just go to the Voice Lab, upload the voice of that specific person, and it will automatically clone it and you can start using it. I have to say that the speech synthesis, you can use it for free, right? So this is the good thing about this tool, is that it's completely free for 40,000 characters. So you only get 40,000 characters for free. I've already used up 30,000, so I'm left with 10,785. That's the credit that I'm left with. And for each particular voiceover at a time, you can only generate a voiceover of no more than 5,000 characters at a time. So if you're intending to create a long voiceover, I'm afraid you're going to have to go the paid route. You're going to have to purchase their plan. Now, of course, to subscribe, they have different plans. So 29, now I've used up 9,000, and you can pay $5 a month to get 30,000 more characters. So if you're interested to get 30,000 more characters, that's for $5. And as per 100,000 characters, you can get them for $22. So you can upgrade your plan if you need more. Let's just say voiceover if you want to create more voiceover. And of course, they do have other plans, such as, for example, the independent publisher. This one is for enterprises. If, let's just say, for example, you want to discuss with them directly and you want to create a large, let's just say, voiceover for an ebook. Now, if you go, you can find that this is really something that is trending. I was just actually listening to an ebook the other day, and here, let me go and find out ebooks, for example, of Vadim Zeland, Reality Transurfing. This is a book that I recommend you to go and listen to, by the way, Vadim Zeland. So there is an audiobook version. It was just here. Okay, Vadim Zeland, Reality Transurfing, audiobook. Now, you can create audiobooks using this technology. So over here, what is an audiobook? It's nothing more than basically a video, right? So it's a video. That's what it is. And it's a video playing, nothing but a fading video background like this one that you can easily find on Canva. And with the voiceover, let's listen to it.
Free of illness and chaos. And yet we often find that life has its own plans and can leave us feeling like a little paper boat spinning round on life's turbulent waters.
And by the way, this particular, let's just say, Voiceover was generated with AI. It's not like the sound that you're hearing right now is the voice of a real person. So it's really, there's a lot of things you can do with this particular tool, 11 Labs. So I think we need to cut to the chase right now. Enough with 11 Labs. In the next lecture, I'm going to discuss another tool which will enable us to extract the sound from a video to repurpose it later. Since we're going to be creating a channel, a YouTube channel, Faceless YouTube channel, I chose to create a channel about motivation. So we'll take this particular video, let's just say, of Denzel Washington speech about motivation. I kind of like the man. So I'm just going to go ahead and extract the sound from a video in which he talks. Now, this one is pretty famous. 56 million people have viewed this. So we'll extract the sound from this using an AI tool that we will discuss in the next lecture. And stay tuned until then. Take very good care. Feel free to drop a review if you liked the course so far. If you didn't, please just take your time. Watch enough of the course before you can judge it, and you can leave a honest review. And I'll see you in the next lecture. Welcome in this lecture. Now in this lecture, we're going to explore Pictory AI's capacity to create videos. So let's go ahead right now to the script to video functionality, but wait, I would like you to go to ChatGPT because we're going to be using ChatGPT to generate a video. So let's say, for example, that you want to create a motivational video and you want to use ChatGPT to write the script for you. So I'm going to go to ChatGPT and I'm going to say, I want you to write the script for a 2-minute motivational video on how to amass great wealth. And I want to use the script to create such a powerful video. Okay, so I'm going to hit the send button right now, and I'm using GPT 3.5. There's nothing to it. And right now, it is writing the script for me. So it says opening shot, a beautiful sunrise, narrator in the pursuit of greatness and financial abundance. Now, actually, we're not going to be interested in the opening shot or what images are used because Pictory is going to do everything by itself. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to rebuttal on the, let's just say, the answer of ChatGPT, and I'm going to say, I want you to provide me with the script only. I just need what the narrator will say. And now it's going to go ahead and it's simply going to remove just what the narrator is saying. It's going to remove those parts because the reason why I asked it to do that is because we don't really need that. Okay, so here, text to screen, montage. All right, okay, so here it still did not understood what I meant by it. So I'm not really gonna try to go against it. But what I would do, I would copy everything. Because let me tell you, when you try to, you know, go against and butt your heads with ChatGPT, what's gonna happen is you're only gonna be disappointed. So it's not gonna respond. When it doesn't respond the first time around, the second time around, it's usually it didn't understand what you mean. So it's better off to do it yourself if you can, save yourself time. So over here, script to video is a functionality that Pictory AI allows us to do. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to Pictory, script to video, and I'm going to click on proceed. Now what this will take us here, where you can paste your script. So I've pasted the script right now. But what I would like to do, I would like to name this video. Let's name it Motivational Video 2 minutes for YouTube. Let's just say that that's the name of the video. And now there is the script. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to remove parts where it says montage, scene person, right? We just want what the narrator is going to say. So we're going to remove every single scene apart from the narrator. We're going to keep the narrator and what he says. So that's what I'm basically doing right now. I'm just simply moving or removing the parts where narrator is not speaking. And also what you want to do, you want to remove this part that says narrator VO. So I'm going to fast forward. All right, so here you can see that this is it, right? The future belongs to those who believe in their dreams. That's a quote, right? We all start somewhere. Okay, so now we have basically selected everything that the narrator is going to say. Now, what I would like to say to you about Pictory is that you have to split scenes into different sentences. So for each sentence, we're going to have a scene created for that specific sentence. So here I'm going to go to scene settings, create scenes based on line breaks. So at every line break, there is a scene that's going to be created. Now, there's no need for you to add any space because the line break will suffice. Make sure to name your video and then click on proceed. Now you can click highlight. Now, actually, I think I have to go back to show you what that means. All right, let's hopefully, okay, so if I go back home, I hope that the project is still out there because I wanted to show you highlight because highlight is interesting. Okay, so here I'm going to go and click on my project. So you can go and find out your projects. Now this particular project yet, I'm going to click on it. There it is. Okay, so it took me back. It's exactly where it was. Now if you click on highlight, what's going to happen is you can actually select specific text that you want to highlight. For example, if you want to highlight pursuit, select it and click on highlight. And what's going to happen is the AI is going to use those keywords, and it's going to, based on those keywords, create the scene. So now it's better off that for each scene to have at least about 2 highlights. Okay, so each scene, I mean each sentence, because a sentence is a scene. I know that this sounds like rocket science, but believe me, it's not as easy. Building wealth. All right, so wealth and reality or dreams. Turn your dreams into reality, the future. Highlight the future as well. Eleanor Roosevelt. Okay, so I'm going to highlight dreams. I'm also going to highlight the journey. The journey here. I'm going to highlight work. I'm going to highlight guidance. I'm going to highlight mentor. And then we have as well education. Learning opens doors to unforeseen possibilities. No boundaries. Discriminate based on gender. True greatness. Okay, so greatness. Positive impact. I will highlight that as well. That's a pretty good word. Visualize success. I'm going to highlight success. Determination as well. Okay. Warren Buffett. Okay. The path to great wealth. Wealth. Believe in yourself. Inspire. So let me highlight inspire. Financial. Let's highlight financial. And journey. So now that we've highlighted all this text, we can click on proceed. And what this will do is it will take us to the next step, which is basically Pictory is going to show us this. Now here you can choose a subtitle formula that you like. So for instance here, if I scroll to the very bottom, this is the subtitle type that I like. And you can choose the aspect ratio of which video you want to create. So if you're creating a video for YouTube Shorts, then obviously the perfect size is 9:16. But if you're creating a video for YouTube, like what we're going to do right now, 16:9 is good. And also you have to pay careful attention to the fact that YouTube Shorts videos are 60 seconds. So if there's anything more than 60 seconds, it will not be accepted. 9:16 is for YouTube Shorts, but just remember the limit, the time limit, 60 seconds. I'm going to choose 16:9, just a regular YouTube video. And what this will do, it will just take a little bit of time and it will load the video for us. Now, you're going to be mind boggled right now from what you're going to be able to see, because this tool will create a video from scratch and you don't have to do anything. Just watch. All right, so over here, you can see that this is the video. I think here they're trying to show me a guide. I'm just going to close because I know this tool. I've mastered it. So over here, let me explain how this tool works. Remember the scenes. The scenes are actually sentences. So for each sentence, there's a scene. For instance, here there's scene number 1. If you click this is scene number 2, it shows you scene number 2, scene number 3, scene number 4, etc., etc. So you can see right now that for each particular sentence, and also using the highlights, Pictory is able to create these amazing scenes and combine them into a video based on your script. But the thing here is that you have to understand that this scene right now still doesn't have any text. But first, before adding text, I want to tell you that you can customize these visuals. So for example, if you don't like this scene, which is scene number 1, you can click on the scene first, go to visuals, and once you're there in visuals, you can see over here the library. Now these are the scenes that have been used throughout the video to create this 2-minute video for YouTube. But if you want to add new scenes, you have to click on my uploads. And if you want to know exactly how much time this scene is, it's actually 8 seconds, okay? So if you want to replace it with another scene, I highly recommend you to check these websites for stock photo imagery or stock videos, such as, for instance, Shutterstock, right? So you have Shutterstock, but you have to purchase the creatives. But you also have FreePic, iStock. You have all of the other competitors, Pixabay. But I prefer not unusual, it's actually a pretty normal way. I prefer Canva, and let me show you why. For example, if I wanted to replace this 8-second scene, I could do it using Canva. So I'm going to go and click on Create a Design. And on Canva, you can choose YouTube video as, let's just say, your frame. So if I choose YouTube video right here, this is the frame of a YouTube video. And I can go and based on this sentence, in the pursuit of greatness and financial abundance lies a path for the determined and the bold. Okay, well, I can particularly find a scene that better fits. So I can go here to Canva, go to Elements, and I could look for a scene that best represents greatness. So I'm going to look for a scene that best depicts greatness. I'm going to go to Videos. There you go. There's greatness, but there's a great white shark here. All right, there's this scene over here, and there's this one. I kind of like this one here because it depicts the ancient Egyptians. Or this one is better. So I'm going to click on it. But remember, that scene is 8 seconds long. So here, this scene also needs to be 8 seconds long. So I'm going to click on this and switch it to 8 seconds by simply editing it out on Canva. Make sure to remove the sound from the scene and make sure to set the scene as background. Right now we have a scene that best fits the greatness, right, scene. So I'm going to go and say greatness scene. This is the way I named this particular scene. And I'm going to click on share, download, and I want to download this as a 4K MP4 video. So I'm going to click on download. By the way, all of this that I'm doing right now is using Canva Pro subscription. So you can actually find some free scenes here, but let me tell you something. Most of the free scenes are not really what you're going to be looking for. I've purchased Canva for $56 a year, and it allows me to do everything, to download as many creatives, as many videos, and not just that. I mean, I can't live without Canva. I have to say, I'm sorry if tomorrow I wake up and Canva is gone, I am gone too, because I use Canva that much also to create my digital products. A lot of stuff I do with Canva. I mean, I can't really tell you how much I'm grateful for this tool. Whoever created it is really something out of the ordinary. Yeah. So I'm gonna wait for this scene to download, and once it downloads, first of all, make sure that you have not touched anything. Click on the scene here on Story. Make sure to click on it, and then go to Visuals and click on my Uploads. And then once this scene is downloaded, we can replace this particular scene right here with the new scene. As long as it is 8 seconds. All right, so the scene right now is ready. I just need to go back to Pictory and click over here to upload the scene from my own computer. And so I'm going to click here. Now, this is the greatness scene. I just have to add it. And right now the scene has been added, okay? So just wait a second before you can click Save. And now, once you've clicked Save, once the scene is uploaded, once we click on it, it will be applied directly here, and this will not affect the caption. The caption will still be there. So I'm going to click right here. And by the way, if you don't like the captions, you can click right here on this CC and control the captions or hide the text if you want to. I prefer to just leave it, okay? There's nothing wrong with having captions on a video. Actually, I think it's even better. Now you have learned how to create a video based on text, how to use ChatGPT to generate that script to create that video, but most importantly, how to also, if you want to, how to edit those particular scenes that you don't like. Assuming you like all the scenes and you want to, let's just say, add a voiceover to the video. Now, you can come over here to the audio part. Now I'm going to click on audios. Now over here, there is background music. So if you want to apply any background music to the video, you can select from their wide array of 15,000 plus tracks that are available for everybody to use. So pick someone or pick something, pick a scene, pick a background music, and you can apply it, all right? Apply it to this particular video. Now over here, this is applied, burning is applied. So if you don't like it, you can click X to basically remove it. And if you want to apply it back again, you can click on apply. And okay, so click on apply again. All right, let me click again. All right, so there is an issue here. It's preventing. Okay. All right, so let me try another one. All right. All right, so this one is applied. Okay. So it was just, it's actually, it's pretty slow. But right now we've applied a particular background music. Now to apply a voiceover, you click on the voiceover and you can choose from their voiceovers that they have. They have male and female voiceovers They have different accents such as Indian, New Zealand, South African, English, whatever type of accent you want. So I'm going to click here male because I'm looking for Liam, and I'm going to select Liam because he has really a very perfect voice, and I'm going to make you listen to it later. Now, assuming that you're done with the voiceover and you're done with all of the background music as well, you also have to understand that you can upload voiceover to a scene. So if you want to upload a particular voiceover to a scene, you can do the same thing we've done with the particular, with the scenes themselves. You can click on my uploads and add voiceover. But to be honest with you, if you're going to use this tool, it's better off to use their voiceovers because you're just going to be wasting the functionality of the software, especially if you have purchased it. Now over here, if I click on elements, there is a bunch of elements that you can add. Now these elements are shapes, smileys. So let's just say, for example, I want to add a smiley here at this particular scene of this grinning face. Well, you click on it, and once you do, that particular smiley, well, actually, I think I'm going to have to drag it. Okay, well, I didn't need to, but this one right now is applied, and you can completely move it around if you want, and you can even make it less, right? You can resize it, kind of like the same way it works on Canva, and that's pretty cool. You can add GIFs. You can't really do a lot compared to Canva, but this is as good as it gets, to be honest with you. Now, you can also add stickers. There's a lot of things you can do. These stickers are quite moving, so they have animation to them, GIFs, so and also they're powered by Giphy, so incredible GIFs. You can add them basically for free and copyright free as well, especially if you purchase the software. Now, I want to remove that emoji by simply clicking on remove. And here I'm going to go to the text side of things. You can add text in a scene. So for instance, if you want to add a text on top of this particular scene, you can click add a heading. And what this will do, it will add a heading right here, and you can say what you want to say. You can say the path to greatness, for example. Now this is a big heading, and once you're done, you can click, and that text was added. You can see right now that it was added. I'm just going to leave it there. Now, you can also move its position, so feel free to move the position of text. But the way you see that when subtitles are there, it's actually, it doesn't really give it that beautiful look, all right? So it takes away from its look. So I'm going to remove that particular heading by clicking on delete. Now over here, if you click on styles, you can change the style of your, let's just say, subtitles. If you don't like this subtitle, you can replace it. You can go to the styles library. There are plenty of styles. It's basically just re-editing your choice of a subtitle. Now, for branding purposes, let's just say you want to add a logo of your brand somewhere here. Now, you can click right here, scene. Now, because we have deactivated the intro scene, and also if you go to the far right, there is the outro scene, but you can activate them back if you want. You just have to click enable, and you can enable the outro. Now, the outro is just basically if you want to say something like thank you for watching or something like that. You can completely edit this outro by simply changing the visual here and changing this. But really, this is not very interesting, intro or outro, especially for these kinds of videos. So I'm just going to be content with doing it for the scene itself. So you click scene and you can upload a logo. For instance, I have the logo of my brand. I'm going to upload it. All right, so now the logo is uploaded, but still we have not done everything. So you have to pick a place where you want to put your logo. Let's say, for example, you want to put a logo in the middle, which is an unusual place to put a logo. You can click the middle and it will put it in the middle. If you want to put it right here, you click right here and it puts it right there. If you want to put it right down at the bottom right corner, you can do it. But I'm just going to go for top right side, and you can resize your logo, making it smaller or bigger, depends on you. You can also control the opacity of the logo. So for example, you want the logo to not be that opaque and you want to reduce the opacity, you can do so, and that's it. Now for the format of the video, you can actually reformat your video if you want to. So if you want to reformat your video to a 9:16 or 9:16 portrait, you can actually do that. If you want to keep it 16:9, you can do it as well. So once you're done, you can click on preview. But by the way, first let me check if everything is all right. So right now, if you click on these settings, voiceover is applied, background music is applied, loop video, visual zoom and pan. Okay, all of those are not bad. So I'm just going to leave them. Now you can cut or trim a video if you want, but let's just go ahead and preview how this video is going to look. Now the estimated video duration according to Pictory is going to be 1 minute 30 seconds. And so you can preview this video. So right now it is preparing the preview for the video, and once it's done, we can preview it, and then afterwards we can even download the video. All right, so the video right now is ready to be visualized. And let me show you what the final look of this video is. So I'm going to click to go back. 1, 2, 3.
In the pursuit of greatness and financial abundance lies a path for the determined and the bold. Building wealth is more than dollars and cents. It's embracing a mindset that turns dreams into reality. The future belongs to those who believe in their dreams. Eleanor Roosevelt. We all start somewhere, facing challenges that make the journey seem insurmountable. I haven't failed. I found 10,000 ways that won't work. Thomas Edison. Seek guidance from those who walked the path. A mentor provides insights textbooks can't. Education is progress. Learning opens doors to unforeseen possibilities. Wealth knows no boundaries. It doesn't discriminate based on gender, age, or background. True greatness is measured by positive impact on the world. Visualize success. Set clear goals and work tirelessly. Your determination fuels the journey. Spend what's left after saving. Warren Buffett. The path to great wealth isn't easy, but it's worth it. Believe in yourself, embrace challenges, inspire others. Start your journey today. Become the architect of your financial destiny.
Okay, so you can see over here that this is how this looks like. Now, if you're convinced with this, you can download it. And basically here, let me just click download again. All right, will do. Download it as a video. And right now it's going to start downloading the video for you. And you can visualize it on your player, a media player. If you have VLC media player, then that's what it will be. So now we'll come to an end to this particular lecture about Pictory AI from text to video. And we're going to go ahead and explore how you can take a URL. And from that particular URL, you can convert it into a video. And then we're going to move on to show you an incredible feature of Pictory AI, which can take a video and you can give it subtitles based on a URL. So let's explore all of those features in the next lectures. Stay tuned and I'll see you then. And welcome back in this lecture. Now, in this lecture, what we're going to do is we're going to explore some more of the power of Pictory AI. But first of all here, I'm going to click on this download button just to show you the final video that we have created together. Let's go ahead and play it out first. We'll watch it and then we'll move on to the other functionality of Pictory AI, which is the ability to generate videos based on a URL of an article.
In the pursuit of greatness and financial abundance lies a path for the determined and the bold. Building wealth is more than dollars and cents. It's embracing a mindset that turns dreams into reality. The future belongs to those who believe in their dreams. Eleanor Roosevelt. We all start somewhere, facing challenges that make the journey seem insurmountable. I haven't failed. I found 10,000 ways that won't work. Thomas Edison. Seek guidance from those who walked the path. A mentor provides insights textbooks can't. Education is progress. Learning opens doors to unforeseen possibilities. Wealth knows no boundaries. It doesn't discriminate based on gender, age, or background. True greatness is measured by positive impact on the world. Visualize success. Set clear goals and work tirelessly. Your determination fuels the journey. Spend what's left after saving. Warren Buffett. The path to great wealth isn't easy, but it's worth it. Believe in yourself, embrace challenges, inspire others. Start your journey today. Become the architect of your financial destiny.
So you can see over there, that's pretty incredible that Pictory is capable of that. But right now, let's go ahead and close this and explore the other feature of Pictory. So I'm going to go back here to the Pictory landing page. And right here, there is the article to video feature. So let's go ahead and find an article that we want to turn into, let's just say, a video. So it could be a blog or a press release or any HTML article for that matter. But first of all, we got to find the article. Now, since we're talking about motivation, let's go and look for the keyword motivation blog. Right, so I'm sure we will find some blogs about motivation. Right, 10 motivational blogs. Okay, so let me just click the first link, and then we'll see right there. Right, so top 100 success and motivational blogs for 2023. Okay, this is a pretty good blog. Now I'm going to copy the URL of this blog from this drive, and then let's go back to Pictory and paste the URL of that particular blog right here. Now, it wasn't pasted. Let me try to paste it again. All right, now it is good. So I'm going to click on Proceed, and what this will do, similarly to what we've done previously, it will generate a video. But first of all, let's walk through the settings here. So it's extracting key messages in the article, right? And based on those messages, it's going to create a video for us that we can create, that we can use. So let's just wait a second. It's at 15%, 31%. All right, so it took the article, and basically what it does is it takes key settings. It cuts let's just say key sentences from the article. So for example, in the first paragraph of the article, do you need to stop waiting for someday? If you're not sure, do this. Imagine a few seconds if you were to die today. That's actually something I do all the time. I say, well, if I die today, will I be proud? Did I actually do something that I enjoyed? And that's actually, I think, one of the great questions you can ask. So you can see that even AI understands kind of how the mind of a human functions and what gets it emotional, what gets you emotionally, let's just say, impacted by a message. So it just highlighted the highlights of the blog into this area right here on the right-hand side. And based on those, it's going to create a video. Now, you don't even need to name your video if you don't want to, because it already named the video based on the article. I'm just going to leave it like that. And if you want to highlight more stuff, for example, you can just select what you want to highlight, and it will highlight it for you. If you want to take it away, you can click the X button, and it will no longer be highlighted. And if you click on the scene settings, auto highlight keywords, auto highlight selection. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. Now here, there's going to be 23 scenes. So it's an entire article this long, of this magnitude, reduced to 23 scenes. Let's see just how depicting these scenes are. So you can turn your blogs, this is a pretty wonderful thing. You can turn your blogs, if you're a blogger, you can take your blogs and transform them into a video. Now I'm going to click here, next. And by the way, this is pretty useful if you're trying to start a YouTube channel for your blog. If you already have a blog about something, but you want to, let's just say, move to YouTube, but you want to save time when creating videos, you can create them based on a blog. So here, again, we're going to have to choose the subtitles. I'm just going to choose the last one. And you can choose the aspect ratio. I'm going to choose 16:9, since this is going to be a pretty large, not large, but more than 1 minute, because actually YouTube Shorts are 60 seconds at the most. So right here, it's going to go ahead, and like the previous video, we're going to have to wait right here until it completes all of the scenes and puts them into a video. All right, so right now it has generated the scenes for the video. Remember everything we taught you earlier in the previous video. So right now, as a matter of fact, you can see these scenes are pretty cool. Top 100 success and motivational blogs. Imagine for a second, they keep telling themselves someday it will just happen. Just know it, unless, okay, so unless a little test. Okay, well, I think this is looking pretty good. But first of all here, let me see. There's no voiceover applied, so let's go to the audio. Let's apply a voiceover to this particular video. So I'm going to go to the audio, click on voiceovers. Now, there's no need for me to change the music. I'm just going to keep it as is. I have no problem with that. Now, I'm going to click on voiceover. And as usual, my friend Liam, I'm going to apply his voice. Okay, so Liam's voice is applied. Let me check again. All right, so everything is fine. And there is the subtitles as well. So let me go ahead and click on not download. Let's preview it here without having to download it. So let's preview this video. An article into a video. That's incredible. AI in 2023. So, and I think Pictory really is the only company that is really so strong in this regard. There's also other AIs such as Animaker. I also endorse that particular brand, but in this regard, I really think that Pictory is really incredible. And that just comes from me using the tool. All right, so let's go back.
Top 100 Success and Motivational Blogs to Follow, 2023. Imagine for a few seconds if you were to die today. Imagine for a few seconds if you were to die today. They keep telling themselves, someday it will happen, I just know it. Unless. A little test. 7 signs you are...
All right, so actually this will read better if we download it. Let's go ahead and download it to preview it instead of previewing on a previewer, because as you could see, there are some errors. So it doesn't really come out. The sound doesn't come out so, let's just say, professional. So when you download the video, it will play at ease. So let me just go ahead and download it. All right, so right now the video is ready. I can just click on download and we can watch the video. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and click it. 1, 2, 3. Right.
Top 100 Success and Motivational Blogs to Follow, 2023. Imagine for a few seconds if you were to die today. They keep telling themselves, someday it will happen, I just know it. Unless. A little test. 7 signs you are waiting for someday. 1. You are in debt, with no plan to get out. 2. You still live in your parents' basement. 3. You hate your situation, but won't look to improve it. Avoid complainers at all cost, and whatever you do, never ever become one. 4. You don't take any risks. 5. You spend all of your free time watching TV or surfing the net. If you want to live an average life, if you are okay with average achievements, average experiences, then please keep watching the tube like a good little zombie. 6. You play video games every day for hours on end. 7. You never spend time learning how to start art, book, business, etc. If you never take time to learn how to become who you want to be, or do what you want to do, then you'll always remain bound. And in turn, the accomplishment of that goal will move closer towards you. Bonus sign you are waiting. Here is one.
All right, you can see that it's not really the best video, but still I would say it's impressive that they're able to convert video based on an article. So that's pretty interesting. So we've seen this feature right now. Let's move on to the other feature, which we're going to discover in the next lecture, which is editing videos using text. That's for the most part what we're going to be checking in the next lecture. So stay tuned and I'll see you in the next video. Hello there everybody and welcome in this video. So in this video I've prepared something special for you. Now remember that video of Denzel Washington that I've actually went ahead and I've created, let's just say, a sound of Denzel Washington that I've extracted from the video. Let me just give you a glimpse. Okay, so let me listen to this. Right. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
I found that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. Nothing.
All right, you can see over there that that's the sound, except for the fact it has the music in the background. So one way to solve that is through the AI tool, Lalal AI. Now, Lalal AI can help us extract only the sound from the video, which is pretty good for us because we're going to need it to create a video using Canva. So I'm going to click on Lalal AI since I already have a subscription that I've just paid about $25 for. I'm already logged into my account and I have 308, let's just say, minutes left in the tank. So I'm going to, let's just say, now here, I didn't want to load that, but let me just go back to Lalal. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down a little bit, click on select a new file. And right now, I want to upload a new file to Lalal, which is the file of Denzel talking. It's none other than that. Now, let's just wait a second here. Denzel Washington sound. Right, there it is. Okay, so there it is, Denzel Washington talking. And you can see over here that this is the video of Denzel. Now, it's not the video, actually. It's just the sound. But what it's going to do right now, it's going to go ahead and extract the sound from the music. So it's going to create 2 tracks. One track for the music, which we don't want to use. We only want to extract the sound. And in the meantime, while it's extracting the sound, I would like you to go back to Canva and click on canva.com. As a matter of fact, all links to software that we're using is going to be in the resources of these lectures. And Canva here, you can find it also in the resources of the lecture. So I'm going to click on create a Canva design. And I'm going to go and look for YouTube video. Oh, don't worry, because we're going to create the YouTube video. And I'm also going to show you how to create the YouTube thumbnail as well as the YouTube banner for your YouTube channel. So let's just hope that this has finished. Okay, yeah. So right now the vocal has finished. I'm going to go ahead and click on this particular one. All right, so if I process the entire file. Okay, so I'm going to click process. Right. So it's going to queue it up. Okay. In the meantime here, we're on Canva. Name your video whatever you want. So for example, watch this every day and change your life. Denzel Washington motivational speech. You can take that title and you can go back to ChatGPT and you can ask ChatGPT to, let's just say, improve it. So you can say, improve the following title. And what that will do is it will generate another one which is better. Transform your life daily with Denzel Washington's inspiring 2023 speech. So I'm going to copy that, go back to my Canva here, paste it. There it is. Now that's the title of the video. Now here it is 2% or at 2% right now when it comes to generating this video. So let's just wait a second. Okay, so right now you can see that I can download the vocal. So I'm going to go ahead and click on download the vocal. And it has extracted, hopefully, the sound from the music. So let's go ahead and listen to this. 1, 2, 3. All right. Okay, let's go.
I found that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. Nothing. Nelson Mandela said, there is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living. Now, I'm sure in your experiences in school and applying to college and picking your major and deciding what you want to do with life, I'm sure.
This is really scary. This is really scary how AI has really gotten to a level where it could do such stuff. So you can see over there that we have our file. Right now, we are ready to go and to start creating this video, right, of Denzel Washington. So to create the video, well, the first thing is first, Now, to set you up for it, I'm going to click on Uploads here on Canva, and I want you to click Upload Files because we're going to be uploading the file that contains the sound that we have just extracted right now. So thank goodness it's here in the downloads. Let me click on it. Okay, so let's just wait a second. Where was it? Okay, so get response by Lalal, MP4, motivational video. Actually, it shouldn't be in that format. Let me check again. Right, so it put it exactly where I need to find a location. Denzel Washington sound. All right, this is it. So, okay. So right now, let me go back, click on Upload. You can see some faces here of deepfakes that I created. Deepfake is really interesting. You can go and play out with it. You'll really like it that much. So, okay. There it is. Open. There you go. So right now, once you've added the voiceover, you can click on that voiceover and it will be applied. Except for the fact that this scene right here is only 5 seconds, so you're going to have to click on the page and change it to 30 seconds. And you're going to have to duplicate this particular scene as many times as, let's just say, 10 minutes. I'm going to duplicate page. And the more you duplicate, the more you can see that the voiceover gets larger, because normally the voiceover is 10 minutes. So let's just duplicate it. Duplicate again. And then duplicating again. And then duplicating again. And so on and so forth until you reach 10 minutes. All right, so we have duplicated all the scenes practically. And right now the voiceover was added. And as a matter of fact, I can click right here and you can see that Canva, you can listen to the voiceover on Canva. Now there's one thing here I don't like about the voiceover is that the first part of the voiceover, there is a, let's just say nothing, right? So that first part, I want to extract it. So I'm going to click right here, split audio. And what that did is it split the first part, and I can delete those 5.5 seconds where there was nothing. So I'm going to delete that track. And right now we have the track, and I can move it down to the side like this. And right now, if I listen to it from the beginning, it's going to be much different. So listen.
I found that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks.
All right, you can see over there that right now Denzel starts talking from the beginning. And right now we are ready to go to start creating our video, which will consist of a video that looks like this. And then after that, I'm going to show you even how to create these sorts of amazing YouTube thumbnails that you can see right here that are really rocking. Those sorts of YouTube thumbnails like you wish you have learned this at 24 or something like that. So those kind of thumbnails that get the attraction. And I'll see you in the next couple of lectures in which we're going to finalize this course. And I hope that you liked it. Stay tuned and I'll see you in the next lectures. Hello there, everybody, and welcome. And I'm excited to share this particular lecture with you, in which I'm going to teach you how I was able to take extract an audio of Denzel Washington talking in a video for 10 minutes, and to take that audio, extract it using a tool. Actually, I've already shown you how we've managed to extract the audio using Lalal AI. And we're going to use that particular audio in combination with Canva to create the video that you're about to watch right now. So it's a 10-minute motivational video with captions and background music. And by the way, these sorts of videos, they're really doing extremely well on YouTube. And I'm going to teach you not only how to create the video itself, but also how to create the thumbnail for that specific video. All right. So Canva can really create some pretty good thumbnails, and I'm quite the master at using Canva, and I'm going to actually share my knowledge about Canva with you so that you can be able to create these sorts of, let's just say, thumbnails right here that really are going to separate you from the crowd. Now, also, I would like to point out that I'm going to show you how to create the YouTube banner, which is the background of the YouTube channel that you have right here. Now, I've already actually created one for my channel, and I can actually create a pretty good one, except for the fact, I gotta say, it's not as easy as it seems because of this schema right here that you're looking at, but we'll get to it later. You might think that's rocket science, but right now let's focus on the task ahead. let's go ahead and watch this video that we're going to create something similar to, or actually even better. So let me play it. You'll be able to listen to the sound. So I'm gonna shut up for a moment right now and let you listen to it.
I found that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. Nothing. Nelson Mandela said, "There is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living." Now, I'm sure in your experiences in school and applying to college and picking your major and deciding what you want to do with life, I'm sure people have told you to make sure you have something to fall back on. Make sure you got something to fall back on, honey. But I never understood that concept, having something to fall back on. If I'm going to fall, I don't want to fall back on anything. I want to fall forward. I figure at least this way I'll see what I'm going to hit. Without consistency, you'll never finish. So do what you feel passionate about. Take chances. Don't be afraid to fail. There's an old IQ test, was 9 dots. And you had to draw 5 lines with a pencil within these 9 dots without lifting the pencil. The only way to do it was to go outside the box. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big. But remember, dreams without goals are just dreams. Reggie Jackson struck out 2,600 times in his career, the most in the history of baseball. But you don't hear about the strikeouts. People remember the home runs. Fall forward. Thomas Edison conducted 1,000 failed experiments. Did you know that? I didn't know that.
All right, so I'm going to close that video. And right here, I'm back on Canva because this is where I've created the video. As a matter of fact, this is where I've created the video. But I went ahead and created a new Canva file. And it starts off with Denzel not speaking for the first couple of seconds, which is something I don't actually want. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to go and fix this issue, right? But there is something we can do. Without us having to fix the issue, we can use Pictory to fix those issues. Basically, what Pictory does is if there is a period that is more than 2 seconds where there is no sound, it will actually remove it from the video itself. And I want you to really pay careful attention to this lecture and the next lecture for you to learn what we're going to do. So in this lecture, we're going to use Canva to create a video. In the next lecture, we're going to take that video created by Canva, add captions to it, remove those seconds where there is no voice of Denzel talking, and add a background music to it. And then we'll be able to upload that video on YouTube. As a matter of fact, once I upload the video on YouTube, I'm going to put it as unlisted. And I'm going to share the link to it with you in the next lecture so that anybody who wants to refer to that video to see it on YouTube, they can find it, okay? So here, let me fix this first issue right here. So I'm going to click on the track. And you want to click just about right here at this particular position you see where the voice will start to pick up. Now, what you want to do, you want to right click and you want to click split audio. What that will do is it will split the audio and it will extract the part where Denzel wasn't talking at the beginning. So I'm going to click right there, delete that particular track, and I'm going to take the entire track and move it backwards right here to the first part of the video until it starts. Okay, so now it's pretty good. So right now what we can do, we can start listening and adding scenes as we go, because that's the exercise that we're going to do. And that's for the most part what you're going to be doing using this technique. So we're going to be listening to Denzel talking, and we're going to be applying scenes to specific seconds. So we're going to take, for example, 10 seconds where he speaks about motivation. We're going to look for a scene about motivation. We're going to add that. Then we're going to look for, when he talks, for example, about a journey, we're going to look for scenes that represent that particular journey. And I want to show you how to achieve that. But one thing I want to say is that Canva, for the most part, the elements on Canva are pro. So I'm using Canva Pro subscriptions. I was one of the lucky people actually to get it for $55 a year. That's a deal that nobody gets. Right now, I think if you want to get Canva for a yearly membership, I think it's something like $120 or $140. I'm not pretty sure. But I got it for $55 a year, which is really chump change for the... I could say I used Canva. They should probably, you know, hate me the most, because I really made a lot of money from Canva. To be honest with you, I made a ton of money just from Canva and from being a Canva user. So I couldn't thank them enough. But as a matter of fact, I think that even if you invest in Canva, that's a pretty good deal, right? If you want to become, or if you want to really have a good channel, then you might as well invest in Canva. Or you could just invest in Pictory only, and they have scenes that they can give you. The good thing about Canva is that you have unlimited scenes. You can download unlimited minutes, right? Once you have the Pro subscription. The problem with Pictory is that, for example, for the kind of plan I purchased, even though you got it for 20% off using my coupon code, but you only got 300 minutes. That's about what you got, right? So you didn't get much more than that. And that's quite problematic to me as someone who produces a lot of videos and has a lot of businesses. So over here, let's start right now. Let's start playing. So I'm going to play the sound and listen to it. And you already know what we're going to do here. So let's listen to this.
I found that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. Nothing.
Okay, so here in this first part, he says, I found that nothing in life is worthwhile. So this to me signifies a journey. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to look for mystery, a scene that's mysterious, kind of like the scene that I used to start here, which is a scene of a person and a brain. Now I'm going to click or search for mystery here, and I'm going to click on videos because that's what you want to click on. So here there are many scenes. Notice that I have split this 30-second page into 8.4 seconds and 21.5 seconds. So the scene that we're going to be adding to this page has to be 8.4. Not that we can cherry pick it, but we can take a scene that's 30 seconds and reduce it to 8.4 seconds. I hope that you caught that. So I'm going to decide at this particular time to start off with this particular scene of the ocean. It's 20 seconds, but I'm just going to click on it. It will add, but I got to make it into an 8.4. So I'm going to click on the scene's length, click 8.4, reduce it down to 8.4, and I'm done. And then I'm going to go and just select the audio and basically just remove the audio. And what you want to do, you want to click on the image, right click, set the video as background. And also what you want to do, you want to lock it. Now, the reason why you want to lock it is because sometimes an error can happen while downloading the video, which might deform that video or move it out of place. So you want to lock it to make sure it's there. It fills the entire screen. I hope that you got that. So right now, let's move on and listen to the rest.
Nothing. Nelson Mandela said, there is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living.
All right, so here, let's look for maybe a scene that depicts greatness, right? Because I think greatness best depicts this. So if I look for greatness, right, there's the great white shark. Actually, that might really be interesting to use the white shark there, but I'm not going to use it. I'm going to go with something such as the pyramids, right? 11.7 seconds. Okay, so this one is 17 seconds. I think it's a good fit. I'm going to select it and put this at 11.7 seconds. Click on Done, remove the sound, and then set the video as background. So right now, let's pick up from where we left off and listen to the rest.
Now, I'm sure in your experiences in school and applying to college and picking your major and deciding what you want to do with life, I'm sure people have told you to make sure.
All right, so this particular scene, I'm not going to split it. It's 9.8. But this scene he talks about the fact that in school we're indoctrinated into so many things. So I'm going to go and look for university, for example, when I'm looking for a scene where a teacher is talking to the students, right? So university, maybe the teacher is explaining something. So yeah, I think this particular scene is good, except for it's 8 seconds. Ours is 9.8, so it has to fit. And so I have this particular scene right here, but these seem to be more adult people. Okay, so yeah, I think this one 9 seconds, this one 26. Okay, I'm going to use this one. By the way, don't think too much. When you think too much, you're not going to do anything. Okay, trust me on that. I can tell you from experience. Think, but not to the point where you just do only the thinking, right? So because you have to take action, and taking action isn't perfect. So if you stay here and cherry picking, which is the perfect scene? No, I like this one best. No, I like that one. No, I like this one. No, this one is not good to me. No, I don't like that one. You're going to spend a lot of time to take a small decision, while other people might have created 10 videos at the time you took to take that decision, which for the most part is stuff that a lot of people struggle with. So unless you're creating a logo that's going to stay for 5 years as the logo that represents your business, there's no need for you to spend a lot of time on something like this. You can just pick a scene that best represents what Denzel is saying. So 26 seconds, 9.8. I'm going to select this scene right here. Just click on it. But I'm going to have to basically reduce it down to 9.8. There it is. Remove the noise because sometimes there are some scenes that have sound in them, and remember to lock. I think this scene right here, I didn't lock it, so I'm going to come back and lock it. All right, so let's listen to more.
So you have something to fall back on. Make sure you got something to fall back on, honey. But I never understood that concept, having something to fall back on.
Okay, having something to fall back on. All right, let's look for plan, or let's just say, yeah, let's say plan. Maybe an income plan. All right, something to fall back on. We have this particular person thinking here. We have this particular lady here. All right, so, okay, so I think this particular scene. Okay, so this one is good. It's 8 seconds. It's okay, all right? So it's okay. I don't have a problem with it. Even though this is 9.9, but let's just use this scene right here. I think it should be good. If we click playback, I can actually autoplay in presentation, which will fill the 9.9 seconds. But you can also go back and, right, which is, I'm just going to go back and click on this scene right here and adapt it. You can make it 8 seconds long, all right? You can adapt it to that, and you can click right here. Or maybe I think the 4.1K is even better, right? So I'm probably going to lean back more towards the 4.1K. I'm going to click on the 4.1K. By the way, I'm just showing you what I do, right? So normally you just learn this and you're going to have to do it yourself. Okay? So but you're learning from me how I'm doing it, and then obviously you're going to have to do it yourself in your own way. You don't have to follow everything that I do. All right.
If I'm going to fall, I don't want to fall back on anything. I want to fall forward. I figure at least this way I'll see what I'm going to hit.
This is a pretty good point, by the way. But I'm going to go ahead and look for someone who's falling off a mountain, for example, fall. Right, fall mountain. Right, there's a lot of scenes, I'm pretty sure. Fall mountain, falling, or let's just look for mountain climbing. Mountain climbing. Because for the most part, there are people climbing mountains. I have this scene. Okay, this is perfect. Perfect. Now, this is a 12.3 scene, or 12.3 second scene. And I'm going to take this scene, add it, and change it from 20.8 to 12.3 seconds. And obviously, set the video as background. Let's continue.
Without consistency, you'll never finish. So do what you feel.
All right, so consistency. So I'm going to pick this guy from the mountain. Now make sure that when you want to add a scene, to make sure to click on the page where you want to apply that particular scene. So this is a 7.7 seconds. I'm going to click on this particular scene right here, click on the video, and change this to 7.7 seconds. Done. Remove the sound. Set the video as background, and then click on that particular video, lock it. Now I'm going to go back to this video right here because I didn't lock it. And I think this one as well, I didn't lock it. This one, didn't lock it. All right, so I was inconsistent there. Unusual for me because I punish myself if I'm not consistent. But I'm just going to go ahead right now and continue.
Passionate about. Take chances. Don't be afraid to fail. There's an old IQ test was 9 dots.
Okay, so I'm going to split this scene to this much, 9.9 seconds. I'm looking for someone who's climbing a mountain again. So I'm going to click on this guy right here. Only I'm going to change the scene to 9.9 seconds and click done. Then obviously remove the sound. Set the video as background. There it is. Okay, and lock it. So right now let's continue reading.
And you had to draw 5 lines with a pencil within these 9 dots without lifting the pencil.
Okay, so I'm gonna listen to this scene again because I quite didn't get it.
Draw 5 lines with a pencil within these 9 dots without lifting the pencil. The only way to do it was to go outside the box.
Okay, so let's look for someone who's risking, going outside the box. Okay, there are a lot of scenes here, but okay, so risk reward. This one is good. So I'm going to go back right here. So let's just listen to this.
Lines with a pencil with.
Okay, so I'm going to click add this scene and change it to 10.2 seconds because that's the length of that. Obviously, remove the sound from it and then set the video as background. There you go. So right now I'm going to click right here, move. Okay, let's listen to the rest.
Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big.
Okay, fail, dream, think. I'm leaning more towards dream. So I'm going to go and look for a scene that best represents dream. And this one is 19 seconds. Okay, so I'm going to click on it and right here, and I'm going to change it to 9.7 seconds, hit done, then remove the sound, and then set the video as background, right? So let's keep going.
Big, but remember, dreams without goals.
Right, so here, remember. So I'm going to click on this guy, change this to 6.2 seconds, done, remove the sound, set the video as background, click here, lock. I'm going to go back right back there and lock the other video as well. Click right here as well, lock. So I don't know, I'm not locking these videos for some reason. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so perfect. All right, so right now I'm going to go back over here. Okay, let's move on.
Are just dreams. Reggie Jack.
All right, dreams. Okay, so this scene has dreams. So this guy looks like he's dreaming, so I'm going to click on him. That's pretty funny, isn't it? Looks like he's dreaming. So I'm going to click on make it 7.5 seconds and click done. And I'm going to remove the sound and then set the video as background. By the way, I'm going to pause right here because right now that you know how this works, you can go the 10 minutes, right? Because if I were to, let's just say, make this video 10 minutes or go to the 10 minutes, this is going to be a 40-minute video of me commenting, which is, I believe, is pretty useless because I've shown you what to do. So it's just a sequence that you're going to continue doing. You know how to do it right now, and you can continue doing it, right? Until you get to 10 minutes of sound, right? So until you get to the 10 minutes, actually, you can go and do it yourself. But what I would like to say, if you want to apply background music from Canva, if you have a background music that you like and you want to upload from Canva, you can actually do it by just going to elements and looking for the type of music you want. For example, let's say you're looking for motivation music about motivation. Now you can go over here to motivation music, and then you can go right here, click on audio. There's plenty of audios going right there. So, and you can listen to each audio. That's the beautiful part. You can listen to each audio. For example, if you want to listen to Abundant Rest, you can just click on it. All right, you can see that that's the audio. If you, for example, want to test my upmost, you can click it. And the way you apply this particular music is, first of all, you got to make sure the cursor is exactly where you want to apply the music. So if you want to apply the music from the beginning, you have to click on the cursor from the beginning, drag it to the 0 second or 0.0 second, and then just click on the sound that you want to apply. Just click on it. Once you've done that, the sound will be added, but I have to say that this is only 3.35 minutes of sound. So for it to cover 10 minutes, you have to duplicate it. But before duplicating it, I have a trick for you, because if you're going to add a sound to a music, usually the sound is pretty high, right? Let's just say the volume is pretty high. So you want to, first of all, you want to click on that particular sound, and you want to go over here. Now, I have to click the sound to ensure. And you want to click on this, And you want to make sure this is set to something like 3, for example, because anything bigger than that is going to overshadow what the character is saying in the video, which is the most important part. People are listening to the video because they want to listen to a character such as Denzel Washington, for example. So you got to make sure that you do this. And if you want to apply the music to all the video, you have to select that track and duplicate the track. That's the thing. Duplicate it and select it again and then duplicate it again. And then select it again and then duplicate it again until it fits everything. All right, that's a tip for you. Once you're done, you can just click on Share, click Download. Now over here, because I'm a Canva Pro user, I am allowed to download the video in 4K Ultra HD quality, which is suitable for large screens usually, but I just prefer to download it like that because it's just good for me. Now you can download this in other formats such as a GIF or an SVG, but this is a video, so it should be MP4. Nothing else is acceptable. Now once you are done, like I said, make sure to click Download. Download your video, and once your video is downloaded, you'll be able to visualize it like we can do over here, right? You can visualize it. But the thing here is that once you download your video, it's not going to have the captions. It's going to be like this one, right? Let me show you the original one. So this is the one you're going to have. And it doesn't have captions. What you're looking at right now is just the title of the video. So that's a generic VLC title. But you can see right now the video is playing, but there is no, let's just say there is no captions. And also there is no background music. So how are we going to add captions to this video? Again, we're going to use Pictory AI. And that's the reason why I introduced you to Pictory AI. So everything in this course was well designed. It was all in directing you to this. I just hope that you follow it, right? Without really having so many doubts, because people tend to doubt a lot of things. Just follow the journey and I'll meet you at the end of the journey. Also, I would like to say, please review this course because that really helps us understand your perspective and also how to improve this course for learners, because we're a company that is more geared towards teaching what people find useful, not what people like, what people find useful, because there is a difference between if you like something or whether it is useful. I can tell you, for example, I have a friend of mine who's a tremendously successful dropshipper making over $10,000 a month, sometimes even more. And so he, for the most part, we talk. He doesn't really do it because he likes it. Because it works. It makes him money. It pays the bills, and it's useful. Because if you're just gonna do what you like, obviously you're not gonna do anything. I can tell you. Now, of course, you gotta have passion about what you're doing, but for the most part, you're not gonna be liking most of what you're doing, right? And so take this approach towards online business as it's not something you necessarily are gonna be liking all day, entirely, enjoying it and feeling like you're living in a fairy tale. But it's a business. Treat it as a business. Treat it as such. For instance, here, before I close this video, I want you to just look at the volume of videos that this channel have created. They have created 295 videos. Now here, what you're learning is how to create one video. What they have created is 295 videos, okay? So these guys are pretty consistent. And the way you do that is, imagine creating one video a day. That's all it takes. For a year, you're going to have 365 videos. These guys, they have how many millions? 3.11. And they started in September 2016. Now, some of you might be asking me, well, if you're teaching this, why don't you show us your channels? Why don't you show us which channel you have succeeded in and how much money you're making from YouTube? And my answer to that would be, this channel right here is called Passive Income Gen Z. Our goal is to teach you how to make money. So we're already making money. I already own a virtual digital marketing agency. I'm already getting money from affiliate marketing. I have affiliate marketing businesses running. I'm already making money from KDP. So I have a bunch of endeavors, courses, consulting, creating websites for people. I have a lot of endeavors. So I want you to really, really have this mindset of not really asking too many questions as to why is this guy not doing this? Why is he just teaching me this? Well, I want you to just be the type of person that gets in there, gets the knowledge, and gets out. okay? Because that's the best approach. That's the best approach. Criticism and, let's just say, holding a view is definitely not going to help you in the long run. At least that's something that helps me. I don't sit there and judge or think for a moment whether that person might be applying that. I just think, okay, is this rational? Yeah, it's rational. Do I really appreciate this? Do I think this is going to add value to my life? Yes. Okay, let me apply it. And that's the approach. And so I'll see you in the next section or lecture in which we're going to finalize the video, and then we're going to move on to add it to YouTube. But first, before adding it to YouTube, we're going to have to create the thumbnail for the video as well as the YouTube banner. And an example of a YouTube banner is what you're looking at right now in front of you, Motivation Hub. That banner on the YouTube channel is what we're going to attempt to create. And it's a little bit tricky, so I want you to pay attention to it when we get there. And then after that, we're going to publish the video on YouTube. And the good thing is that you can use Google Bard and ChatGPT to take care of writing the title for the video, the description, the tags, everything. And it's really, I mean, in 2023, if you really want to make money, you just have to work. You just have to be consistent, follow advice, and just work. So I'll see you. Take very good care of yourself. All right, hello and welcome back in this lecture. Now in this lecture, we're going to go ahead and use Pictory AI to take that video that we have created and add captions to it. And not only that, we're going to add background music to it. And also we're going to eliminate those time lapses of 2 seconds in which Denzel is not saying anything. Let me actually give you a clue here. So when I click on the sound of Denzel, right, this is the track of Denzel talking. Now on this track, the issue, right, it's not apparent. Okay, so it's right now it's apparent. On this particular track, you can notice these fine lines. During those fine lines, actually there's nothing said right there. So there is a blank, right? Blank, nothing said. So we want to eliminate that, and Pictory actually will eliminate anything you want. So you just have to set it up. For example, if you want to eliminate sounds that if let's just say the video stays quiet for or muted for 2 seconds or more, then obviously it's going to eliminate that part. So let's go to Pictory right now. I'm going to go look for Pictory. And actually, I already got the membership. But just like I said, you can use Pictory AI for basically free, for the free trial. But if you want to get it for their plan, refer to the lecture in which I introduced you to Pictory. And you can benefit from a coupon, which is my basic coupon that they allowed me. And you can get it for 20% off, right? 20% off. So normally they're selling it at $47, but you're going to get it at $37 per month. So here, what we're going to be using for the most part, we're going to be clicking on edit video using text. So now I want you to concentrate with me. I'm going to click on proceed right here. I'm going to click on upload video and audio. And what we're going to go and do, we're going to go ahead and upload the video of Denzel talking, but without the caption, the one that we downloaded from Canva. So once you upload the video, you can click proceed. Now this will take time. It can take several minutes. And the reason why it takes that much time is simply because the video is 10 minutes long. Okay, so it's a 10-minute long video. And so Pictory is going to go ahead and process that video and extract the transcription or the transcript from the video using artificial intelligence. And it's going to take that transcript and basically in the future, if we want, it can use it to add captions. As a matter of fact, it will add it automatically. We can just choose which type of caption we want. For example, if you want white captions or white captions with a black background or italic captions, it depends. And also, we're going to do a bunch of other stuff. So I'm going to pause the video right now and I'll see you in a second in which the video will be ready and we can be able to preview it. All right, everybody, now the video is ready. And you can see on the left-hand side that there is what I talked about, which is the transcription. So this is the particular transcription, which is exactly what Denzel Washington was saying in the video. So right now we get to choose the captions type. So right now we can choose the type of captions that we want. So for instance, here we have all of these types of captions. Now I would prefer a, let's just say, easy one or easy one on the eye. I would go for subtitle highlight because it has pretty good subtitles, and at the same time, it also shows some colors. From time to time, it shows the yellow color in the subtitle. And also, you can see that the subtitle is pretty solid. The font is pretty solid. Now, also here, this is very interesting. You can click on Remove Silences. And I will remove silences that are more than 2 seconds. So for anything that is more than 2 seconds where there is no sound, I'm going to remove that part. Or actually, Pictory is going to remove that part. So I'm going to click OK to agree on this. Remove filler words. Okay, filler words. You can do that. I'm not going to do it because I don't think that particular audio of Denzel has any issue with it. And right here, you can customize the landscape again. So for example, if you want this video to become a portrait video, which is suitable for TikTok, even though this is a 8 minute, 36-second video. Now, by the way, when we uploaded the video and before we removed the silence from it, it actually was 9 minutes and more, 9 minutes and something. Right now, it's 8 minutes and 36 seconds. Okay, so it's less, much less than what it was. So those 2 seconds, or those seconds that we removed in which nothing was said, really helped. Now, once you've added the subtitle, you're not done yet because we need to add a background music. So to add the background music, we have an option. You can click Customize Video right here. And actually, this will take us right here back to Pictory. Now, this is familiar. You've already seen this because we've basically been here before. Now, it's not going to take that much time, though, when it's going to take you to the customizer. But then again, we're only going to go to the customizer to apply, let's just say, the background music. That's what we're interested in applying to the video. So let's just wait a second here. Okay, so all right, there's only about 2% left. There's not much. Okay, so it's 100% completed. Pretty good. Okay. All right, so now we're ready to go ahead and apply the audio. So I'm going to click on Audio. And then over here, we have the background music. By the way, you can apply different animations using Canva. I'm going to take you to it later in this lecture, but right now let's focus. So I'm going to go to background music. Now, there are a lot of background musics here. Now, you can either choose or search for a background music. For example, this video is about motivation. So a type of music that is going to work best here is going to be about motivation, but I searched for it and I couldn't find any. So let's go ahead and, for example, here, play this Island Joy to kind of listen to how it feels. Right. Well, no, actually, that's not good. Let's listen to this. Yep, this one is good. There is still hope. So I'm going to apply this "There is still hope" video or background to the video. So what this will do, it will apply it to it. So the other one is applied. It's going to take a little bit. Okay, so now it is fully applied. Now, though this is a 2-minute video, 2-minute 30-second sound, but it's going to apply to the entire 10-minute video. That's the good thing about Pictory, is that it applies it all. Now, you don't need to control the sound because actually it's already going to take into consideration that you just want it in the background. You don't want it to take over the sound of Denzel Washington or whoever is speaking. Now, over here, you can add elements if you want. For example, if you want to add emojis, you want to add certain things. Remember, we've already went through this, and I've shown you a tutorial. But back to Canva. For example, let's say you wanted to add an emoji to this particular part of the video. You can go over here. Let's say you're looking for emoji of mystery. Emoji mystery. Now, over here, there's a lot of emojis. So I'm going to go to graphics. Let's just pick this one, for example, and say that you want to add it. You click on it, and depending on how much bigger or how big you want this to be, so you can pretty much resize this to whichever size you want, and you can click animate. Now, the good thing about Canva is that they have a lot of animations. So, for example, if you like this wiggle animation, you can select it. If you, for instance, like the thumble animation, you can select it. So right now, when we play the video, right?
I found that nothing in life is worthwhile.
You can see that there was an animation that was played. And similarly, you can add text animations. So for example, let's say you want to add something, a text. Now here, there are pretty much a lot of fonts, but you can just add a normal heading and then later on you can stylize it however you want. So I've added the heading here. Let's just say, for example, you want to say motivation, right? Now this is a good thing to do, especially at the beginning of the video. Now you can grow this, make it bigger. Let's just put it at the center. And right here, you can click on the effects. And you can click on, for example, if you like the neon effect, you can select it, reduce the intensity if you want. And also you can change the color, for example, to white. Or you can go back to effects and make the intensity even higher. Or let's just say maybe choose another type of effect, like this one, for example. And you can maybe choose a different color, such as the black color, for example. You can make this as big as you want. For instance, put it here or whatever you want to put it. And again, you can animate this. So you can give it the pop animation, or let's just say the bounce animation. Now this is pretty useful, especially at the beginning of a video, for example, because for the most part, you want to be introducing your channel or something like that, or at least the topic of what the video is about. That's a pretty good way to do it, is exactly what I taught you. But back to Pictory. Now we're back to Pictory. And remember about the branding, you can even add your logo. You just have to refer to that lecture in which I explained about Pictory in detail. But right now, I'm just going to check one thing here. If the background music is applied, okay. Check that there is no voiceover, but the voiceover that we have uploaded with Canva. And now this is ready to be downloaded. So I'm going to click download video. Now this will take a while, but we're going to be patient and we're going to wait until the video is downloaded. And then we're going to go ahead and create the thumbnail for that YouTube video in the next lecture. Stay tuned and I'll see you then. Everybody, and welcome back in this lecture. Let's go ahead first of all and preview the video that we have downloaded just now. So this video is going to have captions as well as the background music. Right, let me remove the sound. I'm just going to increase it a little bit before playing the video from the beginning. So I'm going to play the video from the beginning right now. Let's go ahead and listen to it. Sound played. Okay, let's listen to this.
I found that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. Nothing. Nelson Mandela said, "There is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living." Now, I'm sure in your experiences in school and applying to college and picking your major and deciding what you want to do with life, I'm sure people have told you to make sure you have something to fall back on. Make sure you got something to fall back on, honey. But I never understood that concept, having something to fall back on. If I'm going to fall, I don't want to fall back on anything. I want to fall forward. I figure at least this way I'll see what I'm going to hit. Without consistency, you'll never finish. So do what you feel passionate about. Take chances. Don't be afraid to fail. There's an old IQ test, was 9 dots. And you had to draw 5 lines with a pencil within these 9 dots without lifting the pencil. The only way to do it was to go outside the box. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big. But remember, dreams without goals are just dreams. Reggie Jackson struck out 2,600 times in his career, the most.
Right, you can see that the video is quite good. And this is all thanks to Pictory AI, Canva, ChatGPT, Lalal AI. In combination, they work together. So right now that we have a video, let's go ahead and design the YouTube thumbnail. So if I go right here to this particular channel, now I'm interested in a video that has Denzel Washington in it because we're interested in creating a thumbnail about Denzel Washington, right? So I'm going to go ahead and look for Denzel right here. There's plenty of videos about him. All right, so Denzel. Okay, well, we could just go right here to home because I think that's where I last saw the video itself. All right, so there's a, okay.
My father could have been a great comedian, but he didn't believe.
Okay, I'm gonna remove the music out of these YouTube videos. All right, so we have these particular thumbnails. Now, the thing here is that I'm going to zoom a little bit, just so I can see the thumbnail. So you can actually have this capacity to zoom quite a little bit. I don't want to see the very details of it. I just want to see a little bit. Okay, so where exactly was it? Right, home. Right, I think I've zoomed out quite a lot. Right, this is it. Why 2% succeed and 98% don't? That sounds like something really interesting for YouTube thumbnail to say. So we're going to go ahead and start from that concept. Now, I want you to go to Canva, and I'm going to click here on Create a Design. So over here, if we search for YouTube thumbnail, there's already some ready YouTube thumbnail designs that we can choose from right here from Canva, right? So if you click YouTube thumbnail, now this will basically open up a YouTube thumbnail, except for the fact that it's going to be empty. And that's exactly what we want it to be. We want it to be empty. I'm going to bring this closer. Now, what we need at this particular point is a picture of Denzel Washington. So we're going to go ahead and procure ourselves a picture of Denzel Washington. Now, since this is fair use, I believe that you can put pictures of these celebrities in a particular YouTube thumbnail, because otherwise, why would other people be doing it? And I mean, a channel with 3.11 million. So right here we have a lot of pictures of him. I'm interested in a picture that looks quite epic, like this one. So we have a lot of pictures. I think this one is the best, the one on Wikipedia. So I'm going to click on that link, copy the image, go back to Canva, Control V, and the image is pasted. Now, what you can do with this image, there is an AI tool that can enable you to enhance the image. I kind of like that. So I'm going to go to Canva. I'm going to open up a new tab. I want you to pay careful attention to me. Now, this is going to sound a little bit awkward or maybe too difficult, but just follow what I'm doing and nothing is going to be difficult. Now I'm going to click on Create a Design. I would like a custom size of, let's just say, 1024. Actually, because this is a pretty, let's just say this one is, in terms of the height, it's bigger. So I'm going to choose 1024 in height. And when it comes to the, not the width, that's the width, 1024 in height. And when it comes to the width, I'm only going to choose something like a 500. Okay, so the height, I'm going to go for 1200. Let's just go for something bigger. Now, remember, I still have selected the image, so I can just Control V the image in, again, in this particular file. And what will happen is it will put it right in this file. Now, what I intend to do is to download this image. So some of you might be asking, well, couldn't you just have downloaded it from Wikipedia? Well, actually, I prefer to do it this way because Canva helps me frame images. So I'm going to make the image a little bit bigger. Notice that the perfect size is 500 by 724. So I'm going to click on Resize, and here it should be 724. So I'm going to resize that image. That will open up a new Canva tab, exactly resized as I want it to be. All right, so I think I can close this one right now. Now, the resizer is only available for Canva Pro users, okay? But you can basically, once you know the size of the image, you can create a Canva design exactly how you want it to be. So I'm going to say this is Denzel picture number 1. So this is, let's just say the picture number 1 of Denzel. Now I'm going to download this picture. And then we're going to go to Google. There is a tool that I want you to use, which is a quality enhancer. It enhances the image quality. So I'm going to look for image enhancer. Now, there is some AI image enhancers out there that are just perfect. Now, the one I'm going to use for this particular application is Pickwish. I'm going to leave the link to it in the resources of this lecture. Now, all you have to do is to upload the image which you want to basically create a enhanced version of. And once we do that, we can download the improved image. Now, the reason why I want an improved image and not the other one, because, I mean, that's just how it works. A YouTube thumbnail really has to be high quality. And I've designed quite a lot of YouTube thumbnails, I would say even in the thousands. Actually, that wouldn't be an exaggeration if I say that I've designed more than 1,000 YouTube thumbnails. And so here we have the picture of Denzel. So right now, what the AI is doing, it's processing the picture. It's making it high quality. So right now we are at 95%. All right, so now it is fully processed. Notice that this is how the image is right now, and this is how it was before. So you can see there was pretty much a big improvement there, and you can see why I've done all these steps. So I'm just going to download the image. Now it is downloading. You can also download the app. And by the way, this particular tool is not fully free. So if you want to benefit from other functionality, then you're going to have to pay for their premium price or premium version. I'm just content with this, so I'm just going to not have to pay anything. I just prefer to use their free plan. All right, so the picture was downloaded. I can right now go ahead and use that picture on my YouTube thumbnail. So now I can dispose of this Denzel Washington Canva file, and let's go back to our Canva file. Now I've pasted this image here. I'm going to delete it, and I'm going to go to Uploads, click on Upload Files, and then right here, what you want to do, you want to put the image of Denzel, which is this particular one, the new one. Notice the difference. There's a huge difference, especially when you zoom in. Now this image is good though, but I'm going to have to go and click Edit Image, and I'm going to use the background remover of Canva. Now, if you don't have the background remover, I'm attaching in the resources section of this lecture a tool called BG Remover. Now, BG Remover is a free background remover which will help you remove the background off of any image. It's a website free for everybody to use. You can just upload the image which you want to remove the background from, and it's going to carry on and remove the background from it. It's as easy as that. So now I'm going to go back to Canva, and the background is now removed, so the image is fully transparent. So now if you go right here, you can notice that the image has to be flawless, which means that it shouldn't be in continuous like this, showing this part like this and this part like this. Now for this, I have a tool called DALL-E, which can enable us to complete the missing parts. I'm going to go ahead and introduce you to DALL-E. You should really be using artificial intelligence tools, by the way. If you're not using them, you're missing out. So if I go to DALL-E, I'm just going to introduce you to the in-painting or in the out-painting feature. So I'm going to click on Try DALL-E. I hope that I have some credits left because I really use the tool a lot, and I'm not sure if I still do have some credits. I have 19 left. Okay, so I'm going to click on Upload the Image. By the way, you'll find a link to DALL-E as well. I'm going to click Add the Picture. I'm going to just skip cropping. I don't want to crop. I want to leave it as is. Now, hopefully this is the correct one. Yeah, I don't think so, actually. So I'm going to have to go back. Upload. I need to check if I uploaded the correct image. Yeah, actually it is. Okay, so now this is the correct one. The previous one was the low quality one. All right, or I was just imagining. So I'm going to click Place here. Right now what we want to do, we want to use this generation frame. So we want to click on the generation frame. I want to place it right here, right? What I would like to do with this AI is simply complete the missing part of the costume. So I'm going to place it right here, and I'm going to go and say costume. Left, or actually it's the, on the image, yeah, it's the right side. So black costume, right side, all right. And I'm going to click generate. Actually, I'm just going to see what it does. Hopefully it gives a good result, because if it doesn't, then we're going to have to try a different prompt. So basically here we're prompting the tool, and let's hope it's generous. All right, it generated this. Let me see the other ones. All right. Actually, these are really horrifying. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say black real costume, left hand side. Let's generate again. Now, if it doesn't work, I'm not going to stress it much, but you were introduced to DALL-E, at least. Now, of course, DALL-E is a, let's just say, complex technology in its own. So it's just, I can't explain everything about DALL-E in 2 minutes. Now here, we've got this, we've got this, we've got this. Now, I kind of like this one, except for it's not really perfect. It's good, but it's not perfect because we have these particular spikes. So what I'm going to do, I'm probably going to leave it like this, okay? I'm going to accept. Because what I'm going to do, I'm also going to remove the background. I'm going to show you a couple of tricks. So now I'm satisfied with the image the way it is. I'm going to download it. The image is now downloaded. I'm going to go back to Canva. I know this is frustrating, but I'm going to remove this image right here. And I'm going to put the new one with the completed part of the right-hand side of the costume that was missing. So right now, this is the image. Now, let's start the work. Now, actually, there is not much left. I'm just going to click Edit the Image. And what we want to do, we want to remove the background again. But again, I want you to zoom in while we're removing the background because I want to use a Canva feature that will allow me to remove these spiking parts that I don't know where they came from, actually. I don't know how DALL-E thought to put them there. I could have went back and written another prompt, but I would prefer this other than another horrifying result. So sometimes you just have to be content with what you have, because if you poke too much, you're going to lose what you have. Now here, I'm going to click on the erase button. I'm not done yet. Now you can control the size of this brush as you wish. And right here, I'm going to zoom to the utmost. I'm just going to make it smaller, and I want to remove these spiking parts. Just like this one. Right, there it is. The other one. There it is. Right, so once we're done, we're done. I'm going to click done. Don't really stress it that much because people are not going to zoom 1,000%. So just be content with the results you have. Now I'm going to click apply, and I think this image is now ready to go. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the image and put it right here. Let's grow it bigger, like this, to kind of cover. And I think this is pretty much it. This is a pretty good sized image. Let's move it quite to the left. And what I want to do, I want to click edit the image, and I want to add a glowing effect. But first of all, before adding the glowing effect, we have to decide about the background color, or at least about the background that we want to use. So let's say, for example, we want to use a background that depicts success. Let's go and look for success, background. There it is. Let's go for photos. Right, we have a lot of backgrounds here. Right, these backgrounds, mostly they have, let's just say, people in them. I kind of like this one right here. So I'm going to click it. But first of all, before applying it to the background, I'm going to click the background. And I'm going to choose a black color for the background itself. Okay, and I'm going to tell you why. So I'm going to make this black. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this image right here, drag it on top of Denzel, make it bigger from this side until it fits, and then also from this side as well. And what I want to do, I want to click on position, backward. There it is. And what you want to do as well, you want to reduce the transparency of the image. So now you got Denzel, and you got something that depicts success, for example. Now you could reduce the transparency even more if you want. Now lock the image so that it doesn't move, and click back on the image of Denzel, click edit the image. I'm going to scroll down, and then what I want to do, I want to add, let's just say, some glow. So I'm going to click on the glow effects here on shadows. And what we want to do, we want to go and find a glow. Now, the perfect one for this type, I think, is the white glow effect. So I'm going to click right here, click, choose the white color, and it's going to apply a white glow. Now, I can decrease or increase the blur, and I can also increase the transparency. I'm going to increase the size just a little bit, and I think this is just perfect to go. Now, I'm going to click apply. Now, by the way, you can increase, let's just say, the contrast of Denzel. So if you click on the image, you can edit the image, and you can come over here. So over here, we have contrast, brightness. You can add more contrast, except for the fact that when you do, you notice that we've lost our change. So I'm going to go back a little bit in time, and I'm just not going to add any contrast. It's not because I can't. I can actually just click on Shift, and that will help with that problem. But what I want to do, I want to keep the image as it is because I think it's already better quality. So there's no need for me to tamper with it. Now I'm just going to go back to give it the shadows, the blur, increase the transparency a little bit, apply. All right, so now we're done. Now I'm going to click on that image and lock the position of it because now we're going to be working on other things. So if we go back right here, why 2% succeed? So now that's the only thing we're going to do. We're going to add a quote. But first off, I'm going to click on text. Click on this particular text. And then we're going to add this particular text that says, why only 1% succeed. I think that's how it should be written. Now, they have written it in, let's just say, let's just say here, capitalized. So I'm going to write it again. I'm not going to be lazy. I'm going to write it again, this time capitalized. And now what we want to do, we want to change the font. So this font is not pretty good. Now, first of all here, we can increase the size of this. So I'm going to select the entire text. Or you can click out and click again. And now the text is automatically entirely selected. And you can make this bigger. Now I'm going to change this font. I don't like it. I don't think it's going to do well. Let's try DM Sans. I think DM Sans is pretty good. Let's keep it bold. Let's reduce it just a little bit. And then you want to select this and put it right here. Now, if we go back, notice why 2% succeed. Now, I should remove why only because it's just adding more. And I think this particular size is pretty good. Let's increase it just a little bit more. And there you go. Now, let's change the color of this. Let's give it the yellow color. Why 1% succeed. Now, by the way, you can click on the effects. And you can give it some effects if you want. So, for example, if you want this effect, or if you want the glowing effect, or this effect. But I just prefer to keep things normal. I'm just going to leave it like this. Now, the rest is, and 98% don't. So I'm just going to, by far, just click on this, duplicate, and I'm going to change the color of this to black. Right? So now this is black. Actually, black won't do well. So I'm going to go with white. Now it is more readable. And it should say, and 98% don't. All right, so it's just and 99% actually, because I chose 1%. And 99% don't. All right, let's just click out of there. All right, don't. I think this is pretty cool. Now let's make sure they are aligned. Now there's a fair distance between them. I don't need to change that. And I think right now we're ready to download our video, our thumbnail. So let's say YouTube video thumbnail. And you can add something like, for example, a call to action to say subscribe. So you can go to elements, look for subscribe. There are a lot of subscribe call to actions. I can just go to graphics here, and there's a lot of them. If you like this one, for example, you can click it. You can click, make it smaller, and then maybe push it right here to the side, kind of like this. Make sure it's in there. You can make it a little bit bigger. There you go. I think this is pretty cool. And now once you're done, you can download this. So I'm going to say Denzel, YouTube video thumbnail. I'm going to click download as a PNG. It's the exact size of the YouTube thumbnail, so we're not going to have any issues while uploading the video. And right now we're done with this, all right? So we have our YouTube thumbnail. So if we go back to the downloads, have a look. Our YouTube thumbnail is here. All right, that's perfect. Okay, you can see it's pretty cool. We could have changed the font a little bit, but I leave that up to you. You decide what you do with it. But trust me, these kind of simplistic thumbnails really do well. Now, the font, if you change it, would significantly change everything. You can play with the font however you want. I've obviously chose DM Sans, but you can choose whichever font you want. And so right now, we're going to move on to the last part of the course, in which I'm going to show you how you can go ahead and create the banner for your YouTube channel, kind of like this particular banner that they have on their channel. at the very top. Now I'm going to have to zoom out quite a lot. Right, there it is. This is the banner. We're going to have to create something like this. But trust me, it's a little bit more complicated than that. So you're going to have to follow what we're going to do. So I'm going to, let's just say, reverse engineer this particular banner. I'm going to use exactly everything they have on the banner to create a banner similar to it with a tiger and Arnold, or maybe somebody else like Denzel, for example, as the main character. And I'm going to show you some things that you have to respect to make sure that your banner appears across all devices in a good way, because some people that are looking on the banner from a mobile phone might not be able to see the complete face of the tiger or the complete face of Arnold. So you have to make sure that certain things are seen on all devices. For example, you can do, if, for example, if they don't see the entire face of the tiger, but they just see parts of it on mobile, that's okay. But it's not okay if they don't see the entirety of Motivation Hub, changes your life, chase your dream, or change your life, chase your... They have to see this text. So we need to make sure that that is shown across all devices. And that's what we're going to be doing for the most part in the next lecture. And then I'll part from you after that with a lecture about Google Bard and how you can actually use Google Bard to give you topic ideas. But actually, now that I'm thinking of it, I'm not going to create that lecture. I'm sorry, I'm not going to create that lecture about Google Bard. And the reason why is because you can just reverse engineer channels on YouTube. So for instance here, you can follow the model of Motivation Hub. You can shadow them. You can shadow them with this particular type of model. And trust me, there's nothing wrong with it. And if you want to do your due diligence, that's pretty good. I encourage you to do your due diligence before holding us responsible. We're just teaching you a way that we think works. So what we say is not 100% something that you have to take 100%. You have to do your due diligence, but we're just showing you an innovative way of how to create videos based on present, let's just say, stuff that is already said by celebrities. And you can do your due diligence any time of the day. I'll see you in the next lecture, the last lecture of the course. Stay tuned and take very good care of yourself. Hello there, everybody, and welcome back in this lecture in which we're going to go ahead and create the banner for our YouTube channel, which should actually be similar to the banner on the channel Motivation Hub. As a matter of fact, let's go to the channel Motivation Hub right now. Right, so on Motivation Hub, this is their channel. If we go inside, hopefully there is no sound. Right, let me remove if there is any. And you can see over here that this is how the banner looks like. But there are a couple of things you have to know about the banner. So there are limits that you have to, let's just say, understand. So over here, this is a Canva design that I've designed to explain to you the limits. Now, for instance, on computer, if we go back to this design, on computer, we can see the entire banner. But on the phone, people will only be able to see a smaller part. Okay, so they will only be able to see this particular part in the middle. So in order to make sure that the entire text is in the middle, so that whether you're using a computer or a phone, you would still be able to view the inside part, then obviously we have to follow this ruler right here. So in here, for computers, the measurements should be 2,560 pixels by 423 pixels. And so this particular green area, right, so from here, right, if I may, from this particular area, all of this is for computer, which is exactly this particular area right here. Now, this red area in the middle, that's the safe area for text. And that's basically the area that people are able to see on a phone, on a smartphone. And that one should be 1,546 pixels by 423. If people are using bigger devices, such as a TV, for example, they will be able to see the entire landscape. And the entire landscape is actually 2,560 pixels by 1,560, or 1,440, I'm sorry. So that's actually quite larger. But we are going to focus, for the most part, on these elements. So how do you create a landscape like this so that you can have these borders, so that you know the limits of your landscape, to make sure that when you design the banner, that it doesn't go out of order? Now for that, I want you to go to Canva, to the home page. Now actually, we can close this particular thumbnail, click on Create a Design, and then go to Custom Size. Actually, I'm sorry, not Custom Size. Click on Create Design and look for YouTube Banner. Now, once you look for YouTube Banner, you'll find YouTube Banner, Fitness YouTube Banner. So these other ones like Educational YouTube Banner, Aesthetic YouTube Banner, Beauty YouTube Banner, those are templates, but we just want a regular blank YouTube banner. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to click on a YouTube banner. And here, notice that in my case, the rulers are applied. So I have measurements. In your case, you most likely wouldn't have these measurements, but you can actually apply them, I believe, by clicking here on File, click on View Settings, and then over here you can see Show Rulers and Guides. So you can show rulers and guides. Make sure you tick this box, and what will happen is you'll be able to have these rulers and guides. But still, we are not finished yet, because if we scroll down, this particular area for computer is 2,560 by 423 pixels. So I want you to go to Canva, and now we'll use our imagination. Go to Custom Size and choose a size of 2,560 in width, 423 pixels in height. Click on Create a Design. What we want to do at this point is we want to add, let's just say, a color to this particular rectangle. So we're going to click on the background. Now over here, I gave the color of green and red retrospectively. So over here, I'm going to give a color, for instance. Let's just say I'm going to give the, for computer, I would like this color, right? So you'll say rectangle for computer view, right? And what you want to do, you want to download that particular rectangle as an image. Just download it. And once you've downloaded it, you'll have to go back to your YouTube banner, and we will upload that rectangle. It's taking quite some time. Okay, so it was downloaded. Now I'm going to click Upload Files, click on Upload, and what we want to do, we want to go ahead and simply put the banner in here. So rectangle for computer view, we'll click on it, we'll add it. And so I'm going to click, right, this is the rectangle. Now, it was not added in the exact same size that we want it to be, but I have a way around this. I want you to take this and drag it in the middle, and then make it grow and grow and grow and grow. And as you can see, right now, it's 2,560 pixels by 423. Now, it's not perfectly centered, so I'm going to have to center it by moving it, and then you lock it. So now it is locked. So this is the computer view. Now we'll do the same thing for the other view, phone view. So we'll go over here. As we've seen, phone view, the safe area is 1,546 by 423 pixels. This is going to be a little bit more difficult to achieve. So I'm going to go ahead and create a custom size for that particular design. And what you want to do, you simply want to color this in a specific color. So I'm going to select the background, click over here. And what you want to do, you want to go, for example, for, let's just say, a red color. Now you say safe area for YouTube banner. There it is. And you click right here and download as a PNG. There it is. So now once we've downloaded that, we can actually go ahead and upload this over to the other file on Canva. So I'm going to click upload. Actually, I already have it, but since we're doing the exercise, I need to show you. So I'm going to upload my particular design, and I'm going to click it. Now, once you click it, you'll notice it's pretty big. So what you need to do, you need to first of all put it in the center, and then slightly from this side, design it lower, or maybe just reduce it. Zoom in quite a little bit, and then take it from this point and reduce its size. Now notice you have to be careful to make sure it's 1,546 pixels. Now over here it's 1,548. So I'm going to have to make sure this is 46. Okay, so there it is, 48, 45. I'm going to have to zoom in a little bit more. Scroll up, 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 up. A little bit more, just one more. All right, now it's 1,546 by 423. So right now, this is perfect. I can actually make sure that this is perfectly centered. Now it should be centered like this. And so if I zoom in, I want to see if there's no inconsistencies. Yep, actually it's pretty good. All right, so pretty good on all sides. Now what you want to do, you want to lock this. And what you want to do, you want to take the rulers. So for instance, you can take this particular ruler and it will fit perfectly right here. And then you scroll again to the top, take the other ruler, put it down here, and then take a ruler from here and put it down here. And then take another ruler and put it down here. Now you are ready to dispose of these particular elements if you want to. So for example, if you want to unlock the rectangles, you can unlock them. And it's okay, you can remove them right now because you have your safe area, you have your computer area, everything is well done. So now I'm going to close this, I don't need it. And we'll go back to our particular design because we need to start designing our thumbnail, not the banner for our YouTube channel. Let me first off just pause this particular video right here. Now here on this side, we have Arnold and we have a tiger. But most importantly, we have a picture in the background of a forest, a rainy forest. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to go over and I'm going to look for, let's just say, forest, and it should be snowing, forest snow. So there's a lot of images about forests in the snow, photos. Let's pick something epic, a epic forest in the snow. One that we can incorporate, maybe a wolf instead of a tiger this time. So over here, we have a lot of images. Okay, so I couldn't quite find one to my taste. So I'm probably going to go with this one right here. So I'm going to click it. And what you want to do, you just want to set the image as background. It's okay because this is just an image, right? It's just an image. Now, it doesn't matter if the image is covering the entire background because that's what people are going to be able to see globally. Now, let's go and pick an image of a wolf. So here, if we go and look for wolf, we have a lot of wolf images. And we want an image of a wolf without background. So just an image of a wolf standing. We have this one right here. This is pretty cool. I'm going to click, not this one actually. Yeah, I think this one will do pretty well. So I'm going to click it. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to click edit the image. And what you want to do, you want to go and remove the background. Now remember, BG remover can prove interesting in this case. Now here they have a tiger, we have a wolf. So what you want to do with that wolf, you don't want it to cover all the way through. You can just show its face on the safe area and it will be okay. So I'm okay just showing the face of the wolf in the safe area like this. And I'm okay if the wolf does not show entirely, right? I think this is pretty good. So the wolf is showing up right there. And right now what we need to go ahead and do again, all right, let me make the wolf a little bit bigger because its feet was not really showing up well. There you go. This looks perfect. So right now we'll go to the picture of Denzel since we are going to use it. I'm going to click on uploads. There it is. I'm going to select the picture of Denzel. And then I'm going to click edit the image. And what you want to do right here, you want to remove the background. Remember, this image is what we've exactly used previously in the thumbnail, which is a perfect image. Okay. So I'm going to go back right here, right? So click on erase again. And I'm going to zoom quite a lot because I want to remove those extra spikes that are showing up here that we don't really need. I'm just going to do a rough job of just removing them the easy way. There's no need for you to obsess about, making it perfect, right? There's no such a thing as perfect. Just make sure to erase them. And then once you're done, click done. So right now we are done. I'm going to click apply, zoom out. And right now we can take the picture of Denzel and move him slightly over to this side. Now, what I want to do, I want to show a little bit more of his face. So I'm going to probably go like this. There it is. Okay, so I think we need to crop from this particular side. And there you go. Now here they have Arnold. We have Denzel. So Denzel and the wolf and the background. Now this particular wolf, I'm going to increase the contrast of him and the saturation quite a little bit. Also for the background picture, I'm going to select it, click edit the image, and increase the contrast and increase the saturation, maybe the brightness, take it away just a little bit. And I think this is just about perfect. So now I think we are ready to add some text inside right here. So if you go, this is a Motivation Hub. Let's just say, for example, that your channel is Motivation X, for example. Let's just say that's the name of your channel. I'm going to go over here, select the text, and this one is okay. Motivation or Motivation Gen Z. For example, I think that particular name is quite cool. Now you want to increase the size maybe to 60 or something like that. Now this font is pretty damn good. So I'm going to click on Motivation Gen Z, move it slightly to the top, go over here to fonts, and let's look for something quite fancy here. So I'm going to go and look maybe Archivo Black. That's not really cool. Doesn't match. Okay, Comic Sans, Copperplate. There's a lot of fonts right there. Let's try Helvetica. Right, Helvetica is quite cool, so I'm going to stick to it, and I'm going to make sure to add bold effects and increase the size a little bit. Motivation Gen Z. Now over here, the effect is they have motivation is quite bigger, and it has an effect. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add some effects to this. I'm going to go to the effects. Now over here, let's try this effect, the outline effect, the neon effect. All right, I think I'm going to go with this one. And I'm going to increase the intensity quite a bit. And actually, I'm going to take Gen Z and maybe let's just make it without the bold effect. Just like this. Okay, so I think this is quite cool. I'm going to increase the size of the other one, of Motivation. Yeah, I think that's quite cool. And yeah, so Motivation Gen Z. Make sure it's centered around the center, a little bit to the top. And what I want to do, I want to click on the image, edit the image, and I want to add a little bit more shadow. So I'm going to make it a little bit darker. You see that when you make it darker, it just gets a little bit better. Motivation Gen Z. So Motivation Gen Z is actually overshadowing the faces of both our Wolf and Denzel. So I'm going to decrease its size quite a bit, move it to the center. Perfect. Right now, this is perfect. So for the rest, is just chase your life, chase your dreams. So I could say something like never give up, for example. That could be a fine line. I'm going to duplicate this exact same thing. Never give up. And I'm going to take give up, remove the bold effect from it, right? And give it a different color. Maybe, let's just say the color of the yellow color. Yellow color, right there it is. Never give up. Maybe make it italic and make it a little smaller. Right, now I have to zoom in for dexterity. This is getting a little bit, all right, yeah, never give up. And then what you want to do, you want to take this, make sure it's centered again. And what I want to do, I want to duplicate it again and add another line that says, for example, never quit. Or maybe stay hard. Stay hard, which is the famous David Goggins word. Stay hard. All right, again, you can see that I have to take this, remove the bold effect, give it the yellow color, and make it italic. And I think this is quite good. Let me go back and compare this. I think this is really, really good, okay? Now, at least that's to me, it looks good. I don't know about you guys, but I think this is quite good for a channel. So what we would like to do is I'm going to click on the wolf, lock Denzel, lock the image, and that will allow me to move the text quite the way I want to move it to make sure it's centered. Never give up, stay hard. Okay, perfect. So right now, what we're going to do, YouTube banner channel template, I'm going to download this particular template as a PNG, and I want to go to another channel. Hopefully I have another channel. So, right. Actually, as a matter of fact, I do have another channel, which is which I was posting during the COVID. I was posting my 3D designs of Gumball, and because I'm a fan of these these animes and stuff. So I used to create 3D designs, and I used to post them right here. So these designs that you're looking at right here are all created by me. So I used to create Gumball, you know, these characters from SpongeBob, from Mario, 3D designs, and I just put them in here for display. And I think they didn't really get a lot of views, but overall, 12,000 views. That's okay. It's not bad. So this is just a thing I used to do for fun. So right now, I'm going to go and take the image. Now, in order to change the banner, you got to click right here. And what you want to do, you just want to upload the banner, which we have just created using Canva. And this could have been better if we added let's just say, the missing part of Denzel. As a matter of fact, I think we need to go and add it. But then again, this part won't really make a difference because who's going to look at our design from a TV? So there's a very few people. Or maybe, but you know that you can use DALL-E too to replace this part of the costume that's missing. Or you can go and change the picture entirely and download another picture of Denzel in which his entire body is there. So right here, the banner image, I'm going to change this. Now, that particular image of Jack Sparrow, I drew it myself by hand, by the way. Now, this is, no, that's not it. Change. Okay, so where is my design? Save area for YouTube banner. All right, it still is not there for some reason. Okay, let me download it again. It gets quite annoying sometimes when you want to do something, but it just is not done. Okay, so now I think our image is good. All right, and also make sure that you have only one page when you're downloading from Canva, because when you download 2 pages, it's going to be downloaded as a zip file. Or you could just select the image you want to download. When you're downloading, Canva will actually give you the option of choosing which page you want to download. So over here, I think right now I have my design in good hands. And just like I said, this image of Jack Sparrow, I've designed it myself. So right now, notice that this is perfect, okay? So this is how people are going to view this on mobile. It's quite perfect. And I think this is pretty good to go. Now, we could have added more stuff. For instance, let me tell you something you can do. You can unlock the image from the background. And what you can do, you can add a black effect like this. And you can, again, take the image back, put it right here. And right now, you can basically just take away from its transparency. And you can position the image backward, backward, backward. And keep on maybe reducing the transparency a bit. And right now, I think we'll end up with a much better image. So if we download it again, I'm pretty sure it's going to give a better feel, because this one here is good, except for it doesn't emphasize on the words. So what we're going to do here, we're going to add, again, the new image. And notice how this is perfect. Done. And let's just look at this for the last time before we enclose with this course. And I hope that you've enjoyed it. So now I'm going to click on Publish. And let's just go ahead and view the channel right now. View the channel. Now, I forgot actually that we need, in the next lecture, we need to still do something. So we're going to use Google Bard and basically and ChatGPT to publish the video. Now here, I guess changes were not saved. Let's just wait. Okay, so now, okay, have a look at this. Motivation Gen Z, never give up, stay hard. That's a pretty good banner. And let's go ahead right now and publish the video. So I'll see you in the next lecture. The last lecture, I know I've been saying this is going to be the last lecture, but I'm going to see you in the last lecture in which we're going to publish the video using ChatGPT and Google Bard. And welcome back in this video in which I'm going to show you how to publish the video on YouTube. Now, let's go ahead and publish this video. Now, to publish it, first of all, you got to click here on Create, click on Upload Video. And I'm going to go ahead and select the video which I want to publish. Now, by the way, I know that most of you know how to do this stuff, but I'm going to introduce you to a Google Bard and ChatGPT feature or hack that can simplify it for you. So go ahead, select your file. All right, so once the file is selected, it's only a matter of time. So right now I'm going to go to Google Bard and I'm going to ask it the question. I'm going to say, I have created a 10-minute motivational video of Denzel Washington talking about success. And I want you to come up with 5 possible mind-blowing high CTR. CTR stands for click-through rate. High CTR titles for the YouTube video. Now it's going to go ahead and do, it's going to generate for us possible titles that we can add for our video. So here, Denzel Washington, The Secret to Success, What It Takes to Be Great, My Journey to Success, The Power of Hard Work, The Importance of Never Giving Up. I like the last one. Now, it's just a preference. And I'm going to copy it, come back right here and paste it. The importance of never giving up. Actually, it's not the importance. I'm going to say the power. So you can also customize if you don't like it. Now, you need to say that I have selected this title. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go back to Google Bard and I'm going to say, I have selected this title and I want you to write a description for the video. Now, by the way, you could monetize this YouTube channel. You could also monetize it through merch. So in some instances, of course, when you're going to start having a lot of traffic, and now, of course, you're not going to have a lot of traffic until you make more than 100 videos. That's at least, I'm not a YouTuber, to be honest with you. I'm not really a big fan of YouTube as a means to make money. I think I would make a lot more money if I don't do YouTube right now. Maybe in the future, I'm going to do YouTube. But what I want to say about YouTube is that not until you have a lot of videos, so you need something like 100 really high quality, top-notch videos and consistency, and that's when really things can start picking up. So right now, I think I've already copied the description. No. All right, so this is the description of the video. Now you can read the description. I'm just going to download it as it is. And now I'm going to paste the description, scroll down. Now here is where you're supposed to upload your thumbnail. So go ahead and upload the thumbnail that we've designed together. So there it is. Denzel thumbnail. Why 1% succeed and 90%, 99% don't. By the way, you can get a lot of traffic to your videos if you share these videos on Facebook, on Twitter. Now these videos really do well. They do well by themselves. You just have to share them daily. When I say that this is something you have to do daily, I mean it. It's not something that you do once or twice. And of course, I'm going to say it again. I'm saying this because I'm already successful when it comes to content creation and video creation. And already, I think I got something like 172,000 students on one of the hardest platforms to grow on in the world. Believe me, Udemy is one of the hardest. I think Udemy is much harder to grow in than YouTube because you really need high quality content to even have people remotely consider purchasing your courses. As opposed to that, YouTube is a place where people go to watch content for free. But Udemy is a place where people pay you money. So you can imagine that you have to take into consideration my experience and take that as, let's just say, an advice. So right here, I'm going to say, no, it's not made for kids. Scroll down. Now, this is the interesting part where I'm going to go ahead and show you how to add tags. So when it comes to tags, I'm going to ask Google Bard, or you can use tools, YouTube tools. I believe vidIQ. I believe other tools such as that are going to be helpful, but I'm just going to prefer to use Google Bard, or I have a trick, which is also to go and investigate a specific channel and steal their tags. So I think I'm going to use this tactic instead. So I'm going to go and look for Motivation Hub. And what we want to do, right, so here, if I click Motivation Hub, Now, I'm going to show you how to steal their tags. Now, in an ethical way. Tags are tags. We're not stealing diamonds here. So I'm going to go and pick a video of Denzel or someone else. It could be Denzel, it could be someone else. So for instance, this video has got 14 million views. It was published 5 years ago. Notice it was published 5 years ago. So to those of you who might be expecting that maybe this stuff is going to work after 1 week, you're just lying to yourselves. And I'm going to say it to you straight out. You have to take your time with this. Now here, I'm going to go and right-click, View Page Source. And what I would do, I would hit the Control button, Control F, and you want to look for keywords and just look for it. And right here, you notice that these are the keywords. You copy the keywords. This is what people are searching for. Now I'm going to copy the keywords and I'm going to ask ChatGPT to extract the keywords. Right, Denzel, life advice, eye-opening. All right, so these are the keywords. Let's just copy them until the end. There it is. And I'm going to go back to ChatGPT here. I'm going to go and open up a new chat. And what I would like to say, I want you to extract the keywords from the following. All right? So it's going to extract the keywords: motivational speech, motivational video, motivational speeches, Denzel Washington motivational, Denzel Washington life advice. So, and now I'm going to ask it to put those keywords in one line and separate them with a comma. That's it. So now what it's going to go ahead and do, it's going to basically write them all in one line, separated with a comma, and actually, I should have said a comma and a space. Yeah, I'm going to go back. I'm going to say separate them with a comma and a space. Because separating them with a comma only won't work. Now it is better. So I'm going to copy this. And I'm going to go back to my channel or our channel. And I'm going to paste the entirety of this. And now, because we've separated them with a comma and a space, they're going to be added right away. You can add stuff on top of this. There is another tactic, which is pretty good. So for instance, if your channel is about motivation, it's pretty good to go to YouTube and search for motivation. And you can see, this is what people are searching for. They're searching for Motivation Hub, motivational speech, motivational video, motivational songs, motivation madness, motivation Denzel Washington, and so on and so forth. Or you could just simply ask ChatGPT, Google Bard. You could say, generate 20 tags for the YouTube video. You could say that, right? You could say that. You could say generate 20 tags for the YouTube video. That's a pretty cool thing. And right now you can see that it has generated the tags. Now, the good thing about Google Bard is that it is linked to Google. Okay? That's pretty cool. Which means that it knows about YouTube, the YouTube algorithm as well. So it knows pretty well what are the keywords that people are searching for right now. So as a matter of fact, if you ask it what is trending in YouTube, it's going to tell you. As opposed to that, ChatGPT won't be able to because it's a static model. Google Bard is a dynamic model. So right now, let's head back to our video. Now select the video language. Now the video language is English. So you're going to have to select it, okay? You're going to have to make sure to point that out to people. English, captions, actually, I'm not going to say anything, but has never been aired. Okay, so yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Recording date, it's, let's just say the 5th. Location, if you're in the United States, where you're obviously going to have to choose the United States. If you are in the United States, I'm saying. I'm not in the United States, but I'm just going to put that in there. Allow only audio remixing. Okay, so here, this is important because you can allow video and audio remixing, or you can just allow audio remixing. So I'm going to allow audio remixing only because I don't own the let's just say, the rights to the music. So I cannot allow someone to use the music in the video. Or you could just simply not allow remixing if you don't want anybody to use their content. But let's just be fair here. We have used a content from another channel. We've basically extracted the sound from another channel. Category, people, and blogs. Okay, let's just leave it at that. and hold potentially inappropriate comments for a review. That's pretty good. And increase strictness, because you don't want negative comments, okay? And so you want to make sure that if somebody insults you, you want to increase strictness and remove that comment, or simply you could just allow all comments if you want. Now, they're going to check for copyright. No issues found. Click on public. You can set this up as instant premiere, or you can just simply publish it. I'm just going to choose to publish it. I just want to see how this is going to do. All right. I'm not going to make it unlisted. And you can share this stuff on Twitter. So for instance, you just click the button, X, not Twitter actually. So it was Twitter. Right now it is X. I'm not sure when they're going to point the domain to x.com, because right now it is still pointed at twitter.com, but you can imagine that that's going to take quite some time there. It's not a walk in the park. This is a big business. So I'm going to go and share this on Twitter. And similarly, you can share it with your friends on WhatsApp to get some initial views. You can also share it with people on LinkedIn, on other places, whatever you want, on Quora, on Blogger, Pinterest. And as a matter of fact, right now that we've published the video, let's go ahead and have a look at it, shall we? Now let's close the other video down. All right, so it's 8 minutes, 38 seconds. I would like to see how this is going to turn out. All right, so let's just play it out. All right, so this is how it's going to look on YouTube, by the way. It's looking quite good. I have no problem with it. And I'm going to just increase the sound. Let's listen to this. 1, 2, 3, go.
I found that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. Nothing. Nelson Mandela said, there is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one.
By the way, the quality is still in 360p because YouTube are still processing the video. So it's going to take quite some time before they allow the video to be, let's just say quality 1080p. So now it's 360. It's already pretty good, but it's going to be better, right? So just don't worry about it, right?
One you're capable of living. Now, I'm sure in your experiences in school and applying to college and picking your major and deciding what you want to do with life, I'm sure people have told you to make sure you have something to fall back on. Make sure you got something to fall back on, honey. But I never understood that concept, having something to fall back on. If I'm going to fall, I don't want to fall back on anything. I want to fall forward. I figure at least this way I'll see what I'm going to hit. Without consistency, you'll never finish. So do what you feel passionate about. Take chances. Don't be afraid to fail. There's an old IQ test was 9 dots. And you had to draw 5 lines with a pencil within these 9 dots without lifting the pencil. The only way to do it was to go outside the box. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big. But remember, dreams without goals are just dreams. Reggie Jackson struck out 2,600 times in his career, the most in the history of baseball. But you don't hear about the strikeouts. People remember the home runs. Fall forward. Thomas Edison conducted 1,000 failed experiments. Did you know that? I didn't know that. Because the 1,001st was the light bulb. Fall forward. Every failed experiment is one step closer to success. You've got to take risks, and I'm sure you've probably heard that before, but I want to talk to you about why that's so important. You will fail at some point in your life. Accept it. You will lose. You will embarrass yourself. You will suck at something. There's no doubt about it. And I know that's probably not a traditional message for a graduation ceremony, but hey, I'm telling you, embrace it because it's inevitable. In the acting business, you fail all the time. Early on in my career, I auditioned for a part in a Broadway musical. Perfect role for me, I thought, except for the fact that I can't sing. I didn't get the job. But here's the thing. I didn't quit. I didn't fall back. I walked out of there to prepare for the next audition and the next audition and the next audition. I prayed, and I prayed, but I continued to fail and fail and fail. But it didn't matter because you know what? There's an old saying, you hang around the barbershop long enough, sooner or later you're going to get a haircut. So you will catch a break, and I did catch a break. Last year, I did a play called Fences on Broadway. But here's the kicker. It was at the Court Theater. It was at the same theater that I failed that first audition 30 years prior. The point is, every graduate here today has the training and the talent to succeed. But do you have the guts to fail? If you don't fail, you're not even trying. I'll say it again. If you don't fail, you're not even trying. To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did.
All right, so I'll pause the video and I'll part from you. Let's just go and have a look at how the video looks in our channel. And in combination with the banner, I think it's pretty good. Now, though here, we can do an adjustment to the banner. I'm actually going to go ahead and do it. Now, the face of Denzel is quite huge. You're going to have to reduce the face quite a bit, like this. Download the template again. All right, and that's the only thing we need to edit is the face. And apart from that, I think it's pretty good, right? So I'm going to click right here. I hope that you go and create 1,000 videos, by the way. So just go ahead. What do you have to lose? I mean, if you have a 9-to-5 job, if you're still studying, it doesn't matter your life circumstances right now. You can go and create 1 or 2 videos like these a day. Obviously, you've seen it's not so complex. It's going to be a little bit difficult and tricky at first. But once you create that first video, second video, third video, etc., it's going to get a lot easier. Believe me, it's going to get a lot easier for you. I'm going to click done. Let's go ahead and visualize this particular banner for the last time. And please feel free to ask us any questions if you have any questions. And also at the same time, if we've missed out on anything or if you want us to add new content, then you can simply tell us. And at the same time, I would like you to take some of your time to leave a review. That's also very beneficial for us. All right, so publish. There it is. View channel. Okay, so let's just go back. All right, this has to be refreshed for the changes to propagate. All right, I think that right now it's much better. Motivation Gen Z, never give up, stay hard. Pretty good. This is the video. And okay, that's pretty cool. Right, the thumbnail looks quite good. Right, if we search for it, let's just see if we can find it. Actually, it's definitely, because with YouTube, whenever you publish a video, you'll find it immediately. But I'm just curious. I want to search for it. Let's just see if the algorithm is going to show it. There it is. Denzel Washington, The Power of Never Giving Up. No views, design art. I didn't quit. Now, okay, that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, right? But consistency is really what's going to do it for you. Consistency. With these types of channels, for instance, let's just check Alex Cad's Motivation. They have 1.03 million subscribers, but 171 videos. And yeah, these are pretty big videos. It's not like they're creating very small videos. Pretty big videos. And I've shown you everything you need to learn about this stuff. So, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and use your creativity and launch your business on YouTube. Take very good care of yourself. I'll see you in my next work.